chairman, Dr. Ismail Yamson, a man whose name has for many years stood for institutional excellence in our country. Her Excellency, the Vice President of our Republic, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, our special guest of honor. My co-author and friend, Professor Robert Hinson, whom I prefer to call Bob Hinson. Mr. Ismail Harry Yamson, distinguished ministers of state, senior public and civil servants, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. There are days in public life when one is invited to speak about policy, and there are other days when one is invited to speak about an idea. But this morning, I believe we have gathered here to speak about something deeper than both. We have gathered to speak about the meaning of government in the daily life of its ordinary citizen. That may sound simple, but I have spent enough years in government to know that the simple things are often the hardest to achieve. A citizen wakes up before dawn to join a queue. A mother travels from a village to a district office with a file in her hand. A young entrepreneur moves from one desk to another, asking only for a certificate that will allow him to begin his life. A pensioner, after serving this country for decades, waits patiently to be treated with the dignity he has already earned. In each of these moments, the citizen is not asking for a speech. The citizen is not asking for a slogan. The citizen is asking one quiet question: does this country see me and values my worth? That question is at the heart of this book. Before I speak about the book itself, permit me to acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency, the Vice President, Madam Vice President. Your presence here means a great deal to us. Not only because this subject sits at the center of the research agenda, but because your own journey has reset the imagination of a nation. For the first time in our history, little girls across Ghana can look at the highest level of national leadership and see themselves there. They can say, without qualification and without apology, that if Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman can rise to this office, then their own dreams are not too large for this country. Madam Vice, you have opened a door, and long after politics of the day has passed, that door will remain open in the minds of many children and many who may never get a chance to meet you, but who will be braver because you served. Ladies and gentlemen, this book began, as many important things do, in a conversation that was not meant to have become a book. Some time ago, Professor Hinson and I were speaking about public service. It was not a formal meeting. There was no prepared agenda. It was one of those conversations where two people begin with a simple observation and then realize halfway through that they are touching something much important and larger. I said to him that after serving in government across different periods, and after having the privilege of serving as chief of staff in 2 administrations, I had become convinced of one thing above all others, that public service has only one true purpose. It is to improve the lives and well-being of our people. Everything else is secondary. The titles are secondary. The ceremonies are secondary. The motorcades, the files, the meetings, the protocols, the memoranda, the speeches, the budget, and the policy documents, all of them matter only to the extent that they make life better, fairer, easier, safer, and more dignified of the Ghanaian. Professor Hinson listened carefully, as he always does. Then he asked me a question that stayed with me. He said, if that is what you believe, how do we make the machinery of the state behave the way you want every day? That was the question. Now, how do we inspire public servants for one afternoon? Not how we write another reform document, not how we organize another workshop with banners and communiques, but how do we make the state behave every day as though the citizens matter? That conversation became the seed of the citizens' experience, a reset for superior public and civil service delivery. I entered this collaboration not as an academic, but as a practitioner with hands-on experience. Professor Hinson brought the rigor of scholarship, the discipline of frameworks, the experience of a man who has spent decades studying service, marketing, and institutional behavior. I brought the memory of cabinet rooms, the pressure of implementation, the frustration of good policies that sometimes fail at a point of delivery, and the stubborn belief that the Ghanaian state can be made to work better for its people. In the process of writing, we challenged each other. When I was tempted to soften the diagnosis because I know how difficult institutional change can be, Professor Hinson pressed on for honesty and that he wanted us to be as factual as possible. When a framework looked elegant on paper, I asked whether it could survive contact with a district office on a Monday morning. When we discussed leadership, I had to confront not an abstract concept, but responsibilities that I've carried myself. When we discussed the frontline officer, we had to ask whether we have always given that officer the tool, training, respect, and protection required to enable him serve well. I believe the book is stronger because of that tension. It is not written from a place of blame. It is written from a place of duty. We chose to open the chapters with real-life scenarios because citizen experience is not an abstract theory. It is Kofi at the police clearance office. It is Emmanuel trying to register his business. It is a citizen in Wa trying to verify health insurance on a basic phone. It is a parent seeking a school placement. It is the trader at the port. It is the young graduate seeking a document. It is the widow trying to assess what is due her. These are not interruptions to the work of government. They are the work of government. One of the central arguments of the book is that citizens' experience is the new social contract. In a democracy, legitimacy is not secured only at the ballot box. It is renewed or weakened in the ordinary encounters between the citizens and the state. When a citizen is treated with fairness, clarity, speed, and dignity, trust will grow. And when a citizen is ignored, confused, delayed, or humiliated, trust weakens. And when this happens repeatedly across institutions and across years, people do not only lose confidence in an office, they begin to lose confidence in the promise of the government itself. That is why the distinction between customer experience and citizen experience matter. A customer can walk away, a citizen cannot. You may choose another shop, another bank, another network provider. But when you need a passport, a birth certificate, a police report, a permit, a license, or a public health service, you are dealing with the state. The state, therefore, carries a higher moral responsibility to serve you. This is why we argue that citizens' experience is not a customer service matter. It is a governance issue. It belongs to the same table as fiscal policy, security policy, and development planning. It must be measured. It must be led. It must be budgeted for. It must be reviewed. It must be demanded from the top and practiced at the front desk. The book introduces what we call the citizen experience failure circle. We develop it because too often, when citizens complain about poor service, the response is to blame an individual officer. Sometimes, indeed, there are officers who act wrongly and must be held accountable. But in many cases, good people are trapped inside bad system. A public servant cannot serve well if the process is broken. The technology is unreliable. the instructions are unclear, the supervision is weak, the incentives are wrong, and the cultural reward delay rather than delivery. If we only blame people, we miss the system. But if we understand the system, we can redesign it. That is why leadership is so central to this book. Institutions deliver what leaders prioritize. Two institutions may have similar budgets, similar constraints, yet produce very different experiences for citizens because of the choices their leaders make. A leader who measures responses time will get different results for one who does not. A leader who visits the service floor will learn things that no report can fully capture. A leader who protects honest officers and disciplines bad conduct sends a message that everyone understands. Leadership is not speech. Leadership is what the institution learned to expect. We also propose 7 dimensions of citizen experience: accessibility, clarity, speed, dignity, fairness, consistency, and outcome. These are not decorative words, they are practical tests. Can the citizen reach the service? Does the citizen understand the process? How long does it take? Is the citizen treated with respect? Is the service fair? Is the experience consistent across offices and regions? And at the end of the process, does the citizen actually receive the outcome he or she came for? Every public institution should be able to score itself honestly against these 7 dimensions. If we cannot measure the experience, we cannot improve it. Another important conviction of the book is that the frontline officer is not at the bottom of the hierarchy. In the eyes of the citizen, the frontline officer is the state. The citizen may never meet a minister. The citizen may never meet a chief director. The citizen may never read a policy document, but the citizen will meet the officer at the counter, the nurse at the desk, the clerk in the office, and the security officer at the gate, the teacher in the classroom, and the district official receiving the application. If that encounter is disrespectful, the state feels disrespectful. If that encounter is hostile, the state feels hostile. We therefore cannot speak honestly about citizen experience while neglecting the people it delivers it to. Their working conditions, training, moral dignity, and accountability are central to reform. We also make the point that equity is not supplementary. A reform that improves the average experience but leaves the hardest to serve behind is not good enough. The elderly person in the village, the person with disability, the citizen without a smartphone, the woman with limited literacy, the young person without connections, these citizens must be at the center of the design, not at the margins. The research agenda is not merely a program of government, and this is where the meat is. And I repeat it. The research agenda is not merely a program of government. At its deepest level, it is an invitation to renew the relationship between the citizens and the state. President John Dramani Mahama has spoken about resetting Ghana. That reset must be felt in the economy, in jobs, in infrastructure, in accountability, and in governance. But it must also be felt in the way the state speaks to the citizens. It must be felt in the speed of service, the clarity of process, the discipline of institutions, and the dignity with which people are treated. A reset that citizens cannot fail will remain incomplete. So we all need to support the president to make sure we get the reset right. Ladies and gentlemen, public service is a noble calling, but it is not an easy one. Those of us who have served at the center of government know that behind every decision are pressures that public may never see. There are long nights, difficult compromises, painful calls, moments of uncertainty, and days when the weight of office becomes very, very heavy. Last year, I had one of the most painful duties of my public life. I had to announce to the nation that colleagues and friends, men who had set out in service to Ghana, had perished in a helicopter crash on their way to an official assignment. They were not statistics. They were not names on a statement. They were people we knew, people we worked with, People whose laughter we remember. People whose commitment we have seen up close. They were serving this country, and in the course of the service, they gave everything. There are moments like that when public office stops being ceremonial. It becomes deeply human. It reminds you that service is not a slogan. It is a sacrifice. It reminds you that the fires on our decks are connected to real human beings and real families, real communities, and sometimes to the final journeys of people who believe that Ghana was worth their efforts. To the young people listening to me today, especially the children and students who may one day enter public life, I want to say this. Do not let the failures you see make you cynical about service. Let them rather make you determined. Do not look at government and conclude that nothing can change. Look at it and decide that when your turn comes, something must change because you were there. Public service will test you. It will disappoint you sometimes. It will demand patience, courage, and humility. But if you keep your eyes on the people you are serving, you will remember the mother in the queue, the farmer at the office, the student waiting for a chance, the pensioner asking for dignity. Then you will never lose the reason for the work. And to those of us who currently hold responsibility, this book is not simply a contribution to literature. It is a call to rededication. Let us rededicate ourselves to the sacred vows of public service. Let us build institutions that do not intimidate the citizen, but welcome the citizen. Let us build systems that do not punish honesty, but reward it. Let us make government less distant, less confusion, less indifferent. Let us make it more human. Because in the end, the citizens will not remember every policy title. The citizens will remember how the state made them feel when they needed their help most. If this book helps one institution serve with greater dignity, it will have been worth writing. If it helps one leader measure what truly matters, it will have been worth writing. If it helps one frontline officer understand the nobility of their role, it will have been worth writing. If it helps one citizen experience the state as a partner rather than obstacle, then Prof. Hinson and myself will be very grateful. The work of resetting Ghana will not be completed in one speech, one administration, one book, or one reform cycle. But every generation must decide whether it will leave the machinery of the state as it found it or make it more worthy of the people it exists to serve. May this book be one small step in making our public and civil service more responsive, more humane, and more excellent. May it remind us that the highest honor in government is not to be served by the people. It is to serve rather the people. Thank you, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
We are with more Kwabaka Sepa at about TV XYZ. We are also live on Power 97.9 FM. Inside Politics, Jimmy City, Fi Sabre, and Copim Senu, Siabebo, Marina Senenson. Say, oh, Bano Babe Kaya home, or Maymun Sama Hodua, Echego, the dinner Sere Fata, Se Wonso, Ubetimi, Hontia, say, and a young Yabo Modern Atanase, na Yebabe to Yagani. To Betimi joining live on Facebook. At Power 979 FM, TV XYZ, Ubenya platforms no Facebook, no abomode ajebre, ahwe dwumadi ani bi dwumadi ani kwaso adwenkyire bi ebeba ochim no abomode na wode ato asede ama ekopiem YouTube ya XYZ broadcasting na ho so abomode atimi ajebre ahwe dwumadi ani bi di adwenkyire ato ase na ye nyina ye nkoso ento to adwene enfantime penifo nso hyehyɛ bi a wo moye ewo man nim se be na mfasodie bi ebeba so no wotemam ni wo Ghana ni nso wonsa ebetimi aka wode na ye nyina yakoso aboa na oman Ghana afa ne ntema pa bi ede efra Wukwa MCR, Mr. Raf Jampo, director or Abbas or Sansona Emmanuel Neti, Ewo Honomoa, Wamamodia, Wamashe, TV ni so amount, said the Abribiomo Yen Sebe, and also Betty Majebre, Ashe Jumedi, Lizzie, and a makeup, Ewaha, and net Francis, and Kofi Esante, and a Bejina camera, Senetia Dandan camera, and a trade Jumedi, now woman so etimidiasum. Mr. Kelvin Asante, one of me producer, Wabamodi. Asise jumedi nyina asem so memra medi ho chiame na memfensom midin the NK Obrempong the grassroots president okwapemai kane atutu akuapem de hia biribia metena se pe me se fasha otrim na kai se ye no kredie ye pepepe yo ye yedie ye kwampa biara wo man Ghana ebetimi akoso afa ne ntema pa bi de afra se be ye na wotimamuni wo Ghana ni mfasodie bi e be free wo man no nhyehyɛ ye pa so no wonso watimi atebe na wadie Nyankopɔn enhyira wa mempene da sa brebia no wotimi agibre se yeni sa adwumadie emfemum ene nsɛm ahodo no a ana abobo ano ene nsɛm no edos yie pa na emom de edi ne se ne fata ana yabomode na yeyi a yede ba besom obabi a wagibre na yedi dwumadie ede abomu ene yebedi nkomo ede afa the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajiman, wabra nede ya okopie mo Alisa Hotel a womodi dwumadie ekwahyehyɛ so here the launch of the citizen experience, a research for superior public and civil service delivery. Enono the Vice President kopie mo hobi the Chief of Staff of the Republic of Ghana, Chief Julius Debra so kopie mo hobi penifo ahodo ekopie mo hobi yebedi ho nkomo den kranti no mkopa sa sa dwumadi ho ntoma na afi yahwe the deputy minority leader wo mrashe bedwem Honorable Patricia Apiejei ni nsɛm bi ɔde aba betu dwa sɛ aban 350 million Ghana cedis womayi for the flood relief nsu etoye ewurawura nkrɔfo adam nkrɔfo fie nkrɔfo ahodo a nsuo no displace wo no ɛhe fakra na omu yi scan free ye every contingency fund numu anase free hin wo mu hia clarity the minority is demanding say abanyimra no nse da mra no mekyerechem no omu ye ntimi enya ne ho nte ase me ne wo de ka say abanyi abomode declare Friday the 10th and 11th Saturday the 11th of July say a national day of general cleaning. No obi biara so we minister, so we MP, we MC, we DC, we MD. Me Friday and Saturday we a national general cleaning. Our mind Ghana especially the 7 regions they got affected by the flooding incident and AC on the 29th day of June 2026 ye bebo won ya bawura sensem na ye di ho enkomo yie pa na the communication director adema MPP Ashanti region in the person of Paul Yando wakasa was a national day of general cleaning yi national general cleaning ye baba ye o man Ghana mu yi on the 10th and 11th MPP for kromo ye election Adena His Excellency the President one bomode na wan yam free ho na wamo MPP for ntimi enyabre anya omo election na anwie ansana wode the national cleaning day no ebeba anko watimi edi aba tipo ya don so akasa ye beba wura mu ho ukọ Northern Regional a 42 member security volunteer group known as the Lions of MPP ade enye ba ko ni bi omo ba ni bia na ebebiem Wama ti omo so omo bebobo MPP ho ban elections bi omo beye say wo constituency ho say wo region ho de omo betimi aye na womo ye volunteer omo ye from the Lions of MPP no woma pa omo entoma awusia we any flood ho nsensem bebre anenne yabo modin ye de ba beso nsem ne dos ye pa jebre na fe sensemi wadwenkyire bi ebeba mu utrim no fatu ye Facebook and YouTube ho fema ye beken kan dia ma ye beda na ye ho aba ye ba pe ye to ankomo yiso dia ma Mesamu wakwaba kasebio, I had TVSYZ, any power 97.9 FM. Inside Politics Jumedie, and yabo modi asese Jumedie kama ede ba beso mo wufie. Wa dwuma mu anase wo ka mu be bia wagebre na sabre wutie anase wo hwe miri the NK Obrempong Nyankopon enhira mempreda se wo gebre se ye ndi Jumedie emom abre bia. Eye Ghana ho nsem ahodo a etwaguo se be ye ne nyina beti ase kwampa biara mpenefo ye nhyehyɛ ye betimi aboa temamufo asetena ɛwɔ adwuma mu ɛwɔ bambo mu wɔ sikasɛmu bibi biara ane yedi no dwumadie so waba be kan sare akan ho na ye ni dwumadie mum enkopem sɛ 6 pm bebo ye to ye nsɛm no so ɛde amawa na the vice president of the Republic of Ghana Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman na de ya ekopiem ɛwɔ Alisa ɛyɛ hotel a ɛhɔ ana wɔn kɔda dwumadie bi ho ɛdi kɔpa ho ntoma ɛyɛ the launch of a citizen experience, a research for superior public and civil service delivery. Buka, the chief of staff of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Julius K. Debra, Eka na wamuchro sabuku yi, ebetimi aboa, together with Professor Robert Yi Hinson, na afei wamo edin komo fa book yi ho niema kra e wasa book mi sa lanchi den kra na ejina ho edefa yenko ni enkonko tie the vice president of the Republic of Ghana Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyeman e wo dwumedie yase ne nsɛm a wɔde to dwa ye be beto dwumedie nso ama.
Permit me now to briefly address our leaders of public and civil service who are here today, and maybe those who are listening too. This book ends with a challenge. Let us reinforce that with a few practical expectations. By viewing your institutions through the eyes of the citizen, the framework outlined in this book provides an excellent starting point. I invite you to identify where your services are accessible, where they are clear, where they are fair, and just as importantly, where they are not. Honest self-assessment is the first step towards true reform. Next, let us focus on the services, those that citizens use most. Whether someone is applying for a license, for a passport, registering a business, the question should be among the following. Have we designed the process for the convenience of the institution or for the convenience of the user? Every unnecessary delay, every avoidable queue and confusing procedure comes at a cost in time, in dignity, in income, and more importantly, if not most importantly, in public trust. I want to stress the importance of our frontline public servants too. For many people, the face encountered at a service counter or the voice at the end of a telephone line is government. Let us ensure that those workers are properly recruited, trained, equipped, supported, because they shape confidence in our institutions. Finally, let us ensure that our pursuit of efficiency never comes at the expense of equity. The true measure of citizen-centered service is fairness, respect. Distinguished guests, books are launched often, and rightly so. But the true measure of a book like this is whether its ideas find their way into the daily work of government. Tomorrow morning, or in the course of the day, somewhere in Ghana, a citizen will walk into a public office. That encounter may be one of many real tests of the principles in the book we are going to study today and going forward. And I believe we'll all study them. We don't plan to do that. I commend this book to those who care about the quality of public service in our beloved Ghana. It does not claim to have all the answers or that the work ahead is uncomplicated, but it asks difficult questions and offers practical ideas that deserve serious consideration. Again, I want to congratulate our Chief of Staff, the Honorable Julius Deborah, and Professor, I understand you are Robert, Professor Hinson, on this timely contribution to the discussion of public sector reform. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my singular honor to formally launch Citizen Experience, a reset for superior public and civil service delivery. I want to thank you all for your kind attention. Consider the book duly launched. Thank you again.
Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and Okopiemo, Alisa Hotel, and they are Buka, Yatuni Citizen Experience, a reset for superior public and civil service delivery. I know a moon ceremony be a kafa public trust in our state institutions. Kwambe Krana, the minor betimia J. Yeah, institutions are who do are buying institutions are who do no or mine bet to me aji omedi. Come more time no tie mua and somewhere ye pimu bano. Eya na no den. Ti obi ti fia enti ade we ya eya ban de wosen ke ye nyina ye no okwabrane akotena so amen se dam. Ye betimi de emfato ho bebre de atoso. Ewo cases under ORA Operation Recover All Loot under the MPP, under the past administration of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, any Ken Ofori-Atta wajene free Ghana ha, akwakotina America brochimem, say, wamaye to some for 7 years, 2 months, in February 2024, and Ken Ofori-Atta see from, after so see from no, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo say an ambassador at large. When it comes to our finances, and to the finance minister, Amin Adam, that time no big taking any decision cry, he still has to consult Ken Nana Ofori-Atta, our Ghana free Ghana, ha, your friend one. I feel also any more mind Ghana bio. Never say who will be close to Krana, yeah, man, a green card. No to be fantina Kromuho. On me Kromuho bio. It is a Ghana in it, Abonti, Nasa sense some when you're a cost one in Tirimua, then the wondering. America on the 18th day of February 2025, and the National Communication Director or the Communication Director for the MPP, Ora Richard Ahiagba, Etina PM Espresso, a catching Ghana and the world at large, say, His Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has issued a directive. Say, none of his appointees should leave this country. They should stay for accountability. Richard Ahiagba, on the 18th of February 2025, no, this has some way better on chain. Bape mina mene wo de ka say, Ken Ofori-Atta Ghana fi kromwa from 2nd day of January 2025 up to date. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo nkasa ho ye. Alhaji Bawumia nkasa ho ye. MPP ni pani bi ankasa ho ye. Nti da bia mi bisa wasam say from Kwame Nkrumah eje fa hodie ma o man Ghana. Amam panifo ahodo ababedi Ghana so from Kwame Nkrumah hwan to Jerry to Kufuor to Atamos to John Dramani Mahama. Amam panifo ababedi so amanyoko ahodo ababedi so obi anyone the finance minister adwane apart from MPP. Unim finance minister bia wo dwane ye every Ghana okoje green card e wo krofo fro bi say wapunu krom otimi manu krom biewa apart from Kenoforiata me and Obrempong say fabra me na meka. This is a political party was say pay to me bio no nya kwan bedu so wi a de wo jeje besia kase wo di anim ajeje loans ajeje bonds ajeje Ghana ti we ye wo bond ye be 100 years under Ken Nana Oforiata centenary bond Bandai bond Sumri bond Japan bond no Vietnam bond ni aje jeje sika ayangu de ye wo krom ha am a nay kind of journey. So how do the public get that trust in our state institutions? So kind of finance ministry no we are no ojane every kromwa as former finance minister you are accountable to the people because a public office and our betina and our fili and our juma so what they boa Ghana e we yensika semu adan we dwane and if you look at the MPP, no more TV so no man no the no more kasa. They want to make a point. What is kind of Oriata? How do we trust our state institutions? How? Look at what is going on. Shadia Attorney General Rebatuga Abdul Wahab Hanan and say ya wo to kwanya ya say ne account ya freezing and ko offer kwa so no way is can be aqua UK. I watching our court, and you look at Godfrey Dami, the former attorney. Your friend is saying, Attorney General, no waba na wakasa, and the question yet, and I say, and yet Abdul Wahab Hanan pe, and waji permission say medically oko you can go treat no. Abronye. Kwame Bafo Abronye, the Bono regional chairman of the MPP, Nana Semwo court or J permission fee court and Otu Kwa Brochire, say wo yare, Adan Yanchi Abronye wo airport. Adan Yanchi Abronye. Na Adan Yachi Abdul Wahab Hanan. Adan. And there's somebody who served Ewo Mampeni and a government like MPP was 111 hospitals. Na Ghana for no, Timemu for do no, Echo Salai to Abama Uria. Now Subesi hospitals 111. Edia more men we are. Adena was say officials are womu edi abanyanim eye juma wa abanyanim no. Yare was so to kwa broche na kosa ho yare. Do okotu abanema ono. Onko sa ne ho yare wai. Because one timi and see hospital no one timi anye. The one who obey ni year crowns one timi anye. Eti wu tumi abam wo benye sika tam. Nipa sign a passport. Ewo krom ha. Eti aje bumu a yaya yakoto abade ama tumi ababetina abamu enye sika tam no. Nobody cares. Yare ba ne ha Abdul Wahab Hanan anko to kwan dia na ya no the bank hospital ntimi san yare region ntimi san yare ntimi nko, and it is only when they are being arrested and under investigation and yare ni come ho then they want to travel out. So basically Abdul Wahab Hanan wanted to be the second Ken Oforiata, and why is the court granting them this permit? Although of course it's their right, they can, but people like the MPP and upon the Yahoo me a judge ever court, I won't give you that permit. Me from Mao ko hospital now ubedi so see and come baby me and Obrempong me kon also come. I gave you the power, I voted for you. The Benny ebesesi o mai ama any BF to say yen. Ya tifan chine ko fakotodebra body abuso menkan bebre ya tete sa bia ho na ye salai eko police stations agodo akoto aba no da ben yeso ye betimi anya sa ho keka bi say yare ye ko UK ye ko say ho yare abiri bia be chi MPP ni bia o yare obetu kwan opeso akosa ne ho yare wa brochire. Uni mo adi tumi ni ma. and you have MPP for the omo yeno tatai wonipa no quarter man kwan and also want to kwan kosa ne ho yare Fena Abdul Wahab anan yare because he is under investigation. Our National Food Buffer Stock Company NAFCO ekwanya wode NAFCO fa so ekaketwe dia wa jade ato sikasemu afa ne nsase enti o yare kwansima so to kwan so se aban betimi aye ama the public will have that trust in our state institutions ehun book na aba no professor Jen Nano Pokwadma, the vice president of the Republic of Ghana the oko ota ya na said the onene chiro book we the chief of staff of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Julius K. Debra, together with Professor Robert Hinson. Book about the citizen experience. Yes, someone the to me maya yakuma muni yan fan some yan bomoding. Na ye hunu say baby yade akwakwotena no eje ye mpani yade ba ho na emom temamfuo bia hunu say wo de sa tumi ni ma wo sa gidie wo nidaso wo resemu say wo be ya djuma de asom no obaboa ne aye na kwan obaboa na ne hospital aba obaboa edan wonya baby ni tiato obaboa wonya djuma ye obaboa na schools wa papa ba aye no ani good systems, good infrastructure. Not memuni na enjoy. Me say apart from election year politicians, actually Jessica will be a mobile urano. Why na mo say that mom every day? Who? Apart from election, see about two about let's influence these people with money. Are you for you? But the memuni na say no kwamano. It is about the president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, or Kofie, Kwatena Bain, were by ya last year, 2025, and we initiated big push. And all the 16 regions across this country, one more year crying, baby. Again. Because on him set Memunino, a fast aquanus and a hotono, and your potholes, and your bidang. None one take ya, one also the Wobatono. Because Abai and Fessica and Sancrophobotom, we work for our money. But Yame Kwamame, see hospitals are papa, na me yaria metinia komubi. Bia numa ka private sector for woman bia numa yenya binye, woman so more craft, yen so masene, NDC, SRD apprenticeship program aba. Me say President John Dramani Mahama and this very government say we are Ghana ni one man who quite no one enjoy this government ubenu who say because the kind of experience if you really understand governance experience President John Dramani Mahama at the buy we are feeling the impact dollar from petrol from enuane boako from bibiara ni was say you can even compare one thing under the MPP. You can't compare one thing na MPP papa na and then this year say give me one. We are not doing politics here. We are being real, we are being factual. You better say the tie ani ekọ na bro bag na auto ne say emo bag na auto ne say wo oil na auto ne say ye won niema ne bi wo ho a ehun timi yes scarce na automatically the price now rise but generally bibia is stable bibia conform compared under the previous administration of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and Ken Nana Oforata wagani free Ghana akwatina America akwaje green card se kromo to ni nice yebio if you say ye sika na obetena so emfie so bosumi mienu no wase wantimi embu ho akonta Ken Oforata he said he cannot account for the monies etu amakromo ebio ente sadia dada bra daddy Sorry, Bisa was say, Yasi Jai, what you to us finance minister so, and as I will catch Papa say, oh, Yan and Bahonko, say, ya know, maybe you are catching a canoe for yata. You're my way, Diagro. My way, Yadi Diagro. My uncle consider I am ma. But I am dead. Debbie make say, vote our President John Dramani Mahama. And yeah, MPs are NDC. And yeah, actually prefer say the former president and Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, you failed. After 8 years of your leadership, with free SHS, I would be Jawanum. Although under you, free SHS, na Adrianinti, ya two free SHS mu, amen kolakofie. Under you, free SHS, na kola extra exams are. Ebi wa ya blackboard so ya de yeguo invigilators e boa mofra 2025 I say ya be man invigilators amomani ada ho SHS hwani pe feli e okroma. So the former president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, together with Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, who was the head of the economic management team, chairman of the Ghana Police Council, you failed. And I'm up and your boy IGP DC assisano, na police for any aje. Your boy IGP Damparedi Wokromwa, say assistant one, na police for both say Wokromwa. What happened? Because Nkrofo promotion were stored. So won kan ho dia oboa ye betwe we ni edna kwasa police for no you see how joyous they were because na dampareko the vote alone President John Dramani Mahama enyai over 1.7 million vote difference and Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia in 2024 state clearly say Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and Ken Nana Akufo-Addo's administration was bombo straight yawie chira say amemu a obebu no Ghana fo anya so mfa so bia na Dankwa Akufo-Addo and enter how me anke Obrempong maka. I will write a book about the 8 years leadership of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I will write a book about Ken Nana Akufo-Addo alone. I was saying chirima ebebe kan no mu hunu say ya timi fa ye gide ne ni da so en hye ba bi sa bi o mama fa si ane to so ya bre ni so ene the deputy minority leader in the person of Honorable Patricia Apiagyei wabisa a proof of a year government claim say womo added 350 million Ghana cedis at the common flood relief items ne and the ma hodo na sansike womo nya de free he a contingency fund no mu and womo nya de free here and now say enye fankasa amo se attorney general kra na be ya anka yanyi na di yampam no na sansike ye ho nsem no womo hia clarity pa emra yen konkohwe Honorable Patricia Apiagyei yen chene nsem no ye ba beto asama.
One conclusion is difficult to escape. If the contingency fund remained under attachment and could not lawfully be assessed, then the emergency disbursement could only have proceeded through another public account. In other words, when the approved source became unavailable, an alternative source appears to have been used. If that is what occurred, then Parliament was never asked to approve the alternative source. If the 350 million cedis truly came from the contingency fund, as you told the nation, lay the records before Parliament and prove it. If it did not, then tell Ghanaians which account was used, who authorized the withdrawal, and under what law. The Attorney General's letter speaks for itself. It directed the Governor of the Bank of Ghana to give effect to the release of funds from the contingency fund, notwithstanding the pending Ghanaian proceedings. Yet the Ministry of Finance subsequently announced that the 350 million cedis had been released, while the court process remained unresolved. The unavoidable question, therefore, is how did the money move? any competent Attorney General could have secured the lawful release of these funds within 24 hours by moving the courts, disclosing the agency, and letting the judicial process work as it was designed to. The flood victims of this country deserved the Attorney General. They did not get him. The minority caucus accordingly calls on the Attorney General and Minister of Justice to resign forthwith. Should he fail to do the honorable thing, we call on the President, who swore an oath to preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution, to relieve him of office without delay.
Patricia, Honorable Patricia PJ, one on a Deputy Minority Leader, Dom Kuma, a woman, Ashebejemino, one on would be a Alexander Fenyomaki, and Wobisa, 350 million Ghana cedis now. A bicycle will release it at the Ama, one month yet relief items near the FMA, one more insurance at toy yet. Na ewura omufie se womo demoniama womunia ne omubedi omontade omobehye womusika just niema hodo nsuo no wo hye wie no to cushion them na omo felisa hit ni bebire no aban ne se we release 350 million a year Ghana cedis se womo fanye segment. The minority is asking say which account, which fund, a contingency fund na. Sometimes I look at the MPP and I say ampa sabi se eyena woni djumadi a wobronsam wobopa no amount djumabi sefedi. And this press conference is one of their tactics against the development of this country. Sikakura aban ede mankrofo a ensuafa womo na womo watimi atomo no the NDC eya omo ya $350 million Ghana cedi, sorry. These are the same people who $100 million. Etu amna o e yefane say regia ya so musi asori no. One woman from menipa enya nipa no mo de bua yo. $100 million. Etu amna o rich. Say one musi asori dan di amanya nkropon. Edi ha $1 million. Eko Israel ko fa ebuo. Ko kra buo. Say omode ba be sa asori dan asie. Say de be ya ubo mpa yepe ebuo no Yesu Kristo tena so hohoro ne na ho enti spirit wom eti MPP before you sue taxpayers money $1 million ekra buo efi Israel. These are the people talking. Abawe magana for insia for omani atatai. Womu twa omani omu hu ba bia ebi nya ba bi na ebi akoda school dem. These are the same people, this government under the MPP, Sika omu receiving from 2017 up to 2024, we see from a fund sanitation one. Because I may be how yembeso. But ask the MPP, and he for Anna all those monies. What would they say? Away in sanitation system. You know, Kromwa, Anna the former sanitation minister, Cecilia Abnadapa, you copy the fee. Na dollars ebusu one passe. Na euros ebusu one passe. Ghana cedi ni 18 kan. Jewelry sanane bo den. One say people ni bi kan ho asemda. They even fought for her. They defended her. O sika no no ne dia. Mo fa ne sika ma no. O mo nya ni say yes MPP. After say under another Kokufano. One man Cecilia Abnadapa over $43 million. Say 120 or don agata ne da hono. Efine woman 120 maybe say MPP ni bia. Or don agata na e da hono. Say Cecilia Abnadapa et team one me pe video or a picture, just one. And nay mo negligence. Kwanya mo fa so a man hwe wo man yeye eba ne sanitation ho on my every sector under MPP was whack. It was bomb. Every single Ghanaian was living under the miracle of God. Onyankopon na yamu ye na nwanwa do enu nti anagana 40 mitina na nada kwakufado na memu ase for 8 good years. No man penia sabi wada wadwene ne man ho. John Dramani Mahama Kwame Abebio. Well, villages ka say Ghana for ensuo atete mo ensuo awura mu fie awura mu nyumam asai niema ebi kura hwere wo mo nkwa yefema anjuju akoma yefa kwampa so yensiesie a ebeboa sebeye na sa osaye anatorancha mu ebi mabio, and the MPP is opposing it. Say they don't know where that 350 million Ghana cedis came from. And you know, one more about press conference about catch Ghana for said the musika ira MPP musika ira mudi musika to baby na bawo yafa da bia obi timi sia mo so Obrempong the entire to abane ma John Mama any NDC ni say one more mramati MPP for mumu o. If say one more kwa pro, one more year campaign, one more catch Ghana for say MPP for your man yo, MPP for your man, MPP for your man, MPP your Ghana. Amuna mo yeden. Woman na mo yeden. Ne o ma ton kwala nketenkete agu TikTok. One more phone no mu gina ho na a sitting president of the Republic of Ghana abayu bi a Sabi me mpasa meka de ewo mitirimu no na wa fa phone agina no odidi man paniatam because ayesan ye de nwene ne party no na manyoko MPP no when you dey atem you are not important, you are irrelevant. Eti hwe MPP mu hwe abronye hwe koka hwe chama utumi hwe dina mebobo no hwe na nabi mu when dey atem a hwe Mustafa from a National Youth Organizer no. One di atemu wu hia e wo party no. Na de me de hu yawo e wo NDC abayi hu ni say you arrest these people and people will come and make noise and then you release them. Why do you even arrest them in the first place? Put them behind bars. Jail them. Omo pomo shepo. Jail them, put them behind bars to serve as a deterrent to other people who are planning to insult or say things. I want to penny and answer by research and Kahobi. Mutioma, Mufom Kokot, I'm running Butioma, jail them. Let them feel it. So what me me can someone who nim, what me can someone who be amufi. That part alone, I am ya. You arrest these kids, these young girls and young boys are one more brand new baby here, but because of a political party, almost I do my Ghana at 2 pit to buy 1 million. Your friend is saying 50 me, and you arrest them and release them. You arrest them. Oh, they have been given bail. Jail them. Nothing will happen in this country. Na enyanhwa so de etu obi fa phone na so say wo be depeni atam ehwe phone mi se be kan ni se ni adam. Research na mama me enfele. Ye nya okroma. Jail them. We no mama say o mine no. Nyankopon pe ane Ghana fo a sabi ebinim ti amemu ase enu nti anamu sa resource no 2024 now Ghana ni ntimi na ada no onya impact a wohuru onya impact a ya ko social media na ko hwa de den de na Ghana for the year MPP for social media ko hwe woni so ade because amemu fun amemu tantan ana ombebu wo mamu a ho kire nwunwuna apobo. I was at church media in Sufema Waha. Abayi, led by His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama, declared Friday, 10th day of July, and 11th, Saturday, 11th of July, said, a National General Cleaning Day, especially in the 7 regions, ensure toy, a hydrophobic. Now, me pacho metwa so no mamenka will say Friday 10th July and public holiday. The minister in charge of government communications and the spokesperson to the president, Honorable Felix Kwachofosu, wa be clear no was say Friday no enye public holiday will be abeko na dwumam ya ntoto shop mu ya nya hwe na mbom in these 7 regions ensuo no enya this a huge impact sas enkrofo aniema no ya declare say ye ba be clean ho Ghana ni bia eti o mampani say your friend say ministers, CEOs, MDs, members of parliament will be biara wakaho nembom enye public holiday. Yankan statement na every presidency diabano na fe yanto so na yanto medin so fa say president declares 2 days of general cleaning. The government under the auspices of the post-flood mitigation committee has declared Friday 10th July 2026 and Saturday 11th July 2026 as National General Cleaning Days in the 7 regions affected by the recent floods. Under the theme, Our Actions, Our Future, Cleaning Ghana After the Floods. This 2-day national exercise seeks to mobilize our collective duty to clean our communities, secure our environment, and safeguard lives across the country. This is a critical nationwide exercise, and all citizens are strongly encouraged to fully participate in it. The president has accordingly directed that all government appointees, including ministers of state, CEOs, members of parliament, metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives, and heads of public institutions must step out of their office, pick up tools, and lead the cleanup effort alongside members of their respective communities to ensure structured, highly coordinated, and effective exercise. The activities have been scheduled as follows. Friday, 10th July 2026, personnel from all security agencies, the metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies, MMDAs, and waste management companies will commence the cleanup. Saturday, 11th July 2026, the general public will join the security agencies and assemblies to scale up the exercise. During this 2-day exercise, effort will be heavily focused on distilling choke drains to ensure free, uninterrupted water flow ahead of the heavy rains, sweeping and clearing sand, waste, and debris from major roads, streets, and highways, cleaning up public spaces, including market, lorry parks, recreational parks, and communal waste collection points. This 2-day exercise is a critical intervention and a vital wake-up call for the nation. For far too long, indiscriminate littering and plastic pollution have clogged our drainage system, contributing to devastating preventable floods that destroy livelihoods and claim precious Ghanaian lives. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, and the NDC Aben, a 2-day national general cleaning day. And one more day about tomorrow, one more actually mo pepe penti Ghana ni bia, but more than a sentence so saying Yamayadoma, if you had an day, dear, and India, Obama de Waka, Yentity and Gatters in why. Yentitimu no sono not NADMO, and the anti-flood tax force for no TSC, the municipality, the district, and then be a waterway, break it down, demolish it. Moko Achimota, JL Properties, they are sitting on waterway. Achimota, Mpatemwo, under the Okaikwe North Constituency, JL Properties, they are some part of their building, they are sitting on waterway, break it down, demolish it. Obi ntimi nyini sika nhyɛ ne bottom. Na ensuoto a enkowura obi dem nkoku ne ba. Ensuoto a enkowura ne dem enkɔsɛ ne japade. Na ɔno angi sika ne di. Eti JL Properties ɛwɔ your friend is saying Okaikwe North NADMO, the anti-flood task force. Monko hwe baby a waterway no break it down. Na ensuo no ntimi flow. Nyame yadoma Friday ne Saturday ye be clean afa ho gym. We Ghana ni wo do man de esi wa kra no owura ho nipa afrimu wo mo ayira kra ye hu wom ne yeguso a ye hwehwe wom no kan national so do ho be kan ne mboa na yɛnti krom na krom na hɔ abushan to adwumadi no so fam mam the Asante Regional Communication Director Adema MPP Amanyo no in the person of Paul Yando what in Sambia to ga say sa 10th na 11 fi kura aye aban dia to ga say yenkoye clean up no MPP for the to aba woman de to aba anti president mama wasada one person one battle on the baso hey Paul Yando you bon ni pena mesre abushan kwa Paul Yando mra ni nsem a waka e dey for 11th and 10th National Day cleaning day no na yemre bebe to aso
mama mbisa se don dabai na o mampani yesi ho se yemfanye clean up ho se den yes what the 2 days yesi ho
Friday and Saturday
Friday
check it we ni
check it I think say 11th and 12th what you say na me pese me di message we ema ye mampani president John Mahama so betie me a ontie me ye oman no enye NDC for dia oman no political parties no I will say at a point you tolerate party for only mo say on the 11th and 12th of July and a party MPP party here to yaba it's so in the mind of the president them say MPP in tiase me say in the mind of the president you know you are talking to on here say MPP for to about on the 11th and 12th what their question was here and clean up exercise meaning asema make kire MPP for ne say emo bia ba mumbu not even the president can stop us from your primaries ayeko constitute very important democratic process
Friday and Saturday ntimo Friday na Saturday no makoto
na Saturday no ne to aba obi ya to so aba Saturday no e den na Friday wa clean up
2 days no dey
meaning obi ya to ne so aba Saturday no e den wa clean up ya nya mop up
ntinka wa ntinka
say ya ntime postpone 1st of July what they call two showers of blessing showers na kuni pano dia sa so and also what me a postpone we say
okay Martin
what the aya can say
thank you
what the aya can say but idea e cost no and show sign of a good leader inclusiveness e ka ho
poyando no
Kwabena Yando the Ashanti Regional Communication Director for the MPP and oka say 11 for now Omampani John Dramani Mama any NDC aban wo mo de ahye say yen clinic room no MPP for akoto aba nti aden no de ahye ho ana eti I can say indirectly Paul is telling us say enya de MPP for clean up exercise mo de mo be ka ho ana Paul enya sa and which enya surprise to me enya me nwa because ade bi e boa no man we afa na ntama pa bi de fra MPP for monka ho ti mude amode asa amode ye mo elections mude amode ye dem if the elections they are so important to members now they will come and vote they can still participate in the clean up exercise ntinya bibia na yenim enya bopo ya no pe ye se obi e ba besere Asante Regional Communication Director eti uka say mimi say masere wa apa studio ha obi esere but no and change idea o Mampani John Dramani Mama any NDC aban wo mo ahye flat si ba ye mo MPP for from 2017 up to 2024 sika hodo amoje wo sanitation wan fan ye hwe mo bo aban tiri so nsem o maka na okromu a na o Mampani make steps betimi aboa ye ngates mu ada ho yetimi ye mpatam ate and no mo ba be election ti no MPP for election ti no yen general cleaning me enye abushan church media so fema 42 member security volunteer group ukọ sabrei wodi wani kiremu upper east regional ye from the Lions of MPP wamo de omo so maba o ma sha he no ma me mo nsaso no soja obeti hey wamo ba no ma be boa MPP e ba internal election so say ye constituency say ye regional say ye den wamo ginam na abiribia no woma ya bambofo a womu bedi MPP for chinti ukọ upper east the Lions of MPP ana woma ma omonsa so omo pledge say womu de ombebo ban e de ama MPP na busa ya hwe wom ntie omomra womu nsem ni bi omo de tuga ye be beto adwuma din so de ama
at the executives, distinguished guests and my fellow members, today is a proud day for us as we launch our MPP security group. We are not here for ourselves, We are here because we believe in our party. We are committed to serving it with discipline, loyalty, and dedication. As party security members, we are ready to protect, support, and work tirelessly for the success of our party. We are prepared to stand with the party in every community, at every program, and during every campaign. Our humble appeal to our party executives is, please stand with us as we stand with you. Let us work together with mutual respect and good communication. Having faced challenges, we hope our leaders will support us.
The Lions of MPP, we have 42. We come on one some of them volunteer. We two mwesi ho. We be bang. We be jina MPP achi. Be ban election. Be ban day. We be jina achi na. We woni awo ya. Nesi and we motto ne be bold and do the right thing. We hope, sir, you are going to be bold and do the right thing because see how many they can say IGP Christian Teteyonu, the working IGP or oje kwen obema so obechew. Ade si se group yi match somebody ba be bone dia mo sha sense sem adwene because IGP ma ho kwan se saniema we entimi metete Ghana ye political system ni mu biem abusha ye COVID garlic mr for so ye womo enura womo ye kwan ye fa so asaya de wahodo bomode na tie na hwebi se wote yare wo ho a kope bi to be bo ye pa yen komene to adwumedi ni so
enua victory garlic mr na wati ni dinatiati ni se na edro ni tie na no pasem ne se edro we adwuma ye titru pa ne se ebeboa ananna ne srade e wo ni padua ni muntin mu ama ohu atọ kura de dika oba bi wo ho a okonfikyire a ema edro a wuhia ye victory garlic mixture ebi kura ho obekọ a ewie wansa na ba ye victory e na wunya victory no ma na busumi biara ubenya ofikyire akwa empa ho kura eno de akyi a obi wo ho a ne ti ne ta adwa no obi wo ho ye adwuma kakra bia no abrɛ na nakoma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina ye mogya entimi mfa akoma no mu kwa adwen mu eno ne kɔfa saa de ne ba odofo mesrew so wo ho na wonsem ta adwew ebia wonsa no sei ana wonamro mu na esi fom no kura ewew ana ayetufo se de edi fom ato mpaboa mu a eya victory na me kan fom a onum victory asa no ma ye bobɔ so nyina no ebegyae de oto ho anadwo a wontini na wohia victory emframa nyankopon de ama ye se ye humi wo de wo humi a na wo tie so obra eya victory na betimi aboa wo ye wo bi wo so a wo ana ne yema hye no a obia na ne ka obia nya ne hwe obi wo so na koma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina mogya ne ntimi ne afusa ne ye woni padua no epura wunya ye victory garlic mixture de watwa bra ya bia ya na se kokodue ne nam no no ye ne basa eya victory na me kan fo wunya victory bi no a ebeboa wo se doctor de wato aduro so sani a ubetimi anom victory na ka waduro won nyina ne se waduro no na abenu ma meat aduasa no anom we so na abenu ma no anom victory no so achi meat aduasa wo ye ne sa bibia abade kama ma se wona se tata wo ye agya ho adwuma mesraw edura me kan fo ma wa ye victory garlic mixture mesraw nipa ne bia danse a ye pese ye fa wo ma danse na tie na se wo so koto a ubenya sa danse kro no a
ntwe mi nyini mi mpedwa mi ntumi ni di mi yare so mene ko be 12 years di man nu ndru kan mo jedru 5 minutes de trim matutu ana se na meti tv ntumi na mehwe ne mu se moto ndru bi esi victory heba victory garlic mixture ne mi todru sa ba modru no asa modru no eye papa ntumi ni di o mi din sa no me di afi bi no se di ya na afi insa na afi bi no mtumi di bi afi mi di ma edrubone sa bi semi anu so no mtumi di anu so mi be mu sa afi de anu so be du bi no mtumi di bi afi mi hu de menya me wan bi ti edo no kan wo tv so a na mi kutu bi ni me edo no anopa eni awiani anwumre no ande no si afi nyampara mi no ad bibia mtumi di mi si afi na tola tamiko ya black masa modro no die edoni na nyame nhira mo
ajime pa me problem ye menstrual pains nda ne kakra o so me nya me menses no bosom ni ma me bre pa me brankasa metimi to ndro no na ne se mante se yesi ye bibidro ha na makoto baabi a mewe metimi fa ka ekọ obi kru so ekoto bibidro metimi no bi tese na victory ni de in fact I don't know minim de wo mu de mekoto obi me tie advert no TV so sada na me sorry anwumre na mekoto ye na dana me say ade yi to me paadi mu no moja tropa yi to me paadi mu ti me twa to me phone so kura say ha adwene a enka me de betum aka ho na ma hwe te say se wa hwe ye kwa baka se na bia me ya bo hwe na me no maduro bi te say efi sada na yi sa moja troa no to me paadi mu no me nya mezi se no maduro e ma me hu sa emoja se bi like say kwoti te say ni nyina flow kama ti victory tie mintimi enja ento ho te to de bia na mo ba abasa mo me so abasa na edo ne me di hu adanse
obi si me de cholesterol sa de bone e na aba mi nipadua ma be di atenase wadro ye victory garlic mixture se wunya victory ni no ma cholesterol ne se ne nani e density bia no victory be yi ni nyina afiru nipadua no odofo wo pedi ato anama ne 024 2545 633 024 2545 633 and 020 129 3280 020 129 3280 a victory mkunimdie ne ade bremo
We are live on TVSYZ and Power 97.9 FM. Inside Politics, Jumedi, Anna, Yuguswa, Yedesumon, Sama Hodu, Chego, Mangana, and Yedesum, two joining live on Facebook and platforms for at Power 979 FM, TVSYZ, Nimum, Obama Dinko PM, YouTuber, XYZ broadcaster, Nafi, Wusha Jumedi, Nibino, what do I drink at Wasia? Na Yenina Yabomodin, na Yatwa, Asha, Quan Biara. Mpenifo fa so achichiri kure sebeye na ahoto ene bibia ye hwe oman mu etimi abaso midin di NK Obrempong ya to adwumedi no so edi ama menka o se eye Medmosis for the live kid diaba ade bia wo be ya ebe ha oliver bomodin na hye no so be ye di afri ho wo be you liver ndi afri ho na wakope live kid eno betimi aboa na oliver honsem unse etode bia obedu fie no ne ya aduane asi ho kora no a udidi ya na woda da bi uhia se wo betwen na aduane na yam yie na se woda straight pe ebomoden na afe uliva na adwuma oye no waye extra work sa no ema uliva no na adwuma no etimi na ho odin timi ba fom ononom live kid a ebetimi aboa wo ubenya bi ewo friend saying pharmacy shop ne herbal shop a etwa ho ahia ni na aboa na abribia ahode atra oliver num ede amawo eti from Moses for number we so 0244 068447 0244 068447 na afi wo mama left kid ni bi nto se wo pharmacy shop and our herbal shop a now de agum na so waton X natural mineral water nsuo emuda hokrogen nuane nu ahodo bi wo se nsuo timi nya na timi boa na abribia no num nsuo wunya sa ahotoso wunya sa nidie no ewo unipadua mu sampa manom nsuo na se nsuo koboa me apomuni nsem no momoden na share nse X natural mineral water wankasa oyere oma wabusua ni nyina nsuo a monom ambenya sa ahotoso no X natural mineral water se obeye yie obeye wedding obeye party dwumadie bia wodi anipa dodo obeba a obehia nsuo di aseve na ebe ma obi ahotoso no me nsuo ni X natural mineral water na afi bibi biara ntimi nkoyie mfema wo shana nso se wo frɛ numbers a me di tudwa yi a wo shop a wo pɛ nsuo bi etu agum a won beje so no ma X natural mineral water yi bi etu agum na emom wo pɛ bi ato a wokɔ Melcom any minimart be a ben wa me pa cho benya H natural mineral tension bi ato number betimi afre 059 627 3546 059 627 3546 and 059 627 3547 X natural mineral water yes simply natural yanko power specialist heba hospital for aso abusia yare wa hodo a wo mo sa adanse de akire krofo a wo mo common sem call power specialist heba hospital na yare kro mo de atia min kasa bebre ma min ko wo ma be kan say studio here de wo man kasa inform anu di sem entu dwa kwan a wo mu nura hodo wo mo wo akwankire wo de ma Ghana for eboa no ma pam din esi brane eja kwaba na mpom ti say
Yankopa adoboko
Yankopa ase we the Eduaya herbal ointment.
Yes.
Okay. So what about the Obeka ho asem? Mate Ghana fo nyina ye krado. Wo muti wo mo hwem. Yenko.
Medase. Abusia yamo akwa ba power tambre any power specialist herbal hospital. Yadin chef ya Dr. Penya or the hospital and doctor. Akosia edu aya ho de mo bibia bibia ojebre na ohwe power time. De bia nsema ka nyina ne sa dance die papa. Crofo di fa power ho TV so radio so internet ne me ahodo no. One super card and city for no be power specialist about hospital. Don't know if your last stop. You come see one crime. And now your water cry. The come see of Yase. Yenny Jasper Flint Station. Ni division ni mu a put to ja contrast so Lake Road and a war. Accra or Kwabenya ACP Crimes and the Block Factory no. AD and Shedminafi Takra de or Anaji Estate. Customs Road. Yenny single washing bay no division. Your numbers no I am yen son for Mubi and a friend. Wofra branch na ebe ono ne ama direction ba ho na wabeje wayaresa numbers ne 0555 797878 0200383831 and 0244544422 Monday to Saturdays and your day juma Sunday penny day juma if you holidays a juma or your branches in baby will be a near dear beati to biano baby as a sword when the children unya yaresa na ya de etu ase free mojanimo a power specialist about hospital nyamiadom ye manage ya de hospital ye nso so ya de so and I am future prekopasema will be a draw there be a make say ye treat just symptoms yes or ka say oti or ya penny mo dro no yebehwe niema ahodo a ebetimi ama uti apae enti obiti pae ebi aye malaria obiti pae aye typhoid obiti pae bi ani BP awo sorodo bo abehwe ni BP no na bese 240 200 any de keka ho ebi uti pae no moja na swate uti na pae ebi aye severe constipation eniema ahodo ebetimi uti pae na ba no behwe sa de mani nyina na ya tackle the cause of uti pae no enti brebi aye sa ya de ayi to ase ya die bi atete bi a odi anante abre wodi achinchina che wabamu abu eye so ya de we de no aduko wo mu no misro ba bi akopɛ esese ba wadwunum na ya last stop eye power specialist herbal hospital ye wo Kumasi ya one crime and na ye water crade and then the kind a wo hwe power time wonim se wo hepatitis B wonim se what test hepatitis B positive ya ka to se ya de we de wa wie ya no obi aka to se ya de we de esi ani aduro misro en shedam na ensuma yade no enku wudi agro beku power specialist about hospital any hospital ba ko pe anyame adom yetimi kade ensasi yabo se ye wo aduro a ye di tu hepatitis bi yade na se man ko negative ye nkano ya no sa akeke wona oba TV ni radio so be di adanse obi oba bia no yade na report before and after treatment e kan ho mo bi ahwe ehu sampa obro oba na ti say onumodo no kwani makoduru say asie tu ye no ye show ni nyina e wo TV ene radio ahodo eso misro baby a ye wa dance die e chesa ampa ya de netimi tu ase e ye power specialist hospital baby a ya gi award e wo Ghana ene amonone e chesa ampa hepatitis B ya de no ye wo duru etimi sa etu ase mani free mojan mu ko negative e ye power specialist hospital enti se ne de kan awhwe power time na what test positive say you kunu say you re say you ba say you nuabi ana any of the viral hepatitis ni nyina no a baby ese so okoye ba kope eye power specialist hospital ya na otenkasa wo mfe no mfe ya wo ya wo chikasa mu tutu ya de kakra bi na wabre brebia firi se hit oni padua ne mu ya na honam hyehye honam kekaw wotimi titu hu sa na honam nyina twetwa wodi ketua bi na yafu na ahye misro hepatitis B ne signs and symptoms no ebi eno no bo so oyade no so oni symptom bia na anu aye free screening awo yaso ho no wonna na wo yade ne bi ne nya asem ketwa nanso na oni symptom bia na onimu da se yade ne bi oni mojam bia wo de ne sa ne tie bo no manya se ba ye screening bi o da dwumam awo na sori ana bi obehware wo tu kwan onya adwuma okoya medicals ananka onimu se yade ne bi oni mojam bo so ananka ne busua ne bi moja ye kwotwe moja de ama no ho no ohun se yade ne bi oni mojam ye no aye very very dangerous da ko pa yade ne be yi ne ho no na o liver no na ese no misro woni misa what test positive bra power specialist cyber hospital one test na symptoms ahodo am keka ni nyina no uhubu oni padua mu otumrika bra ya nhwe se yade ne bi omogya mu anasa ebibi foforo nyame adom ayaresa ho a yade be fu mogya be negative wo ba ye profile na confirm sa mpa yade no kura wo ka ho asam no e ho se de wo ka no obeye liver function test obeye viral load count wan ka so bo huna mo adodo omogya ne mo woni ma do no kwani mo be sa mo aye biem be hu be so atakodu na amawoni da so hwe nkwan se ba bi aba no waba the right place nyame ya adom koye viral load biem na a target no detected da yemfa no saa keke ye be san ye profile na confirm sampa mo na akwa nyere enu mojam ye kase atutu hepatitis B ade no ko negative a be bia akwa lab bia no e negative tumrika bra power specialist cyber hospital number is 0555 79 78 78 0200 38 3831 and 0244 54 44 22 Monday to Saturdays and your day my Sunday penny day maybe holidays yeah juma or your branches ni nyina wako scan wako hospital ya say o fatty liver o liver enlargement o liver cirrhosis obira bo no ya say ayesrade ma wani nyina ya very yellow obira bo no ya say aye enlarge aye kese anasa aye den achenchene ama wo yafu no ahono wo yafu no aye den wo kwa be na scan ya so sa wa sites just nsuo sa ata yafu no mo aduro ba kope a wo hia ene de ma wo TV no so no eye aduro ya liver care eye aduro sonko a ya ye ede ma wo liver no se ensa wo liver no yade se srade na aba ho se liver no na aye kese se liver na achenchene aye den wo hia aduro ya liver care ebe hili liver no ama ho atimi ato wo de na kidney stones na ehaw ama wo na sinyina tatai umia na atom ebre biate nka wo ni pedem se why very weak lower back usisi achi ho aya wo ya ahyehyw ama wo severe waist pain and for kidneys eni agro tumrikabra power specialist about hospital wo ya be ma wo Johnson assembly se asha se ya basa be me bisime Johnson be se 10 times anajo ansa na ade achi bo so ansa no beto sa Johnson de no na Johnson aguru hu nyina awie bo so be chimwa ansa na Johnson aba wa ya se etimiri se 10 Johnson ntimi ma Johnson aba no baba mu ya wo ya baba mu hyehyew Johnson kwa na hoode ni nim wo huna ne trouser mu ne mpabo aso nyina na afọ se twum wo Johnson wi aten kasa Johnson bi akam obi Johnson wi ne moja di akiri bo kwa de aba ni nyina e moja nko a Johnson de no ma ho kwan sa Johnson ma sa ye den na Johnson emmaye ene ma ti sa asem so ba no edoso tie ne yie ebetima your prostate ebetima your bladder that's a cystitis ebia your kidneys ebetima your ureter na so urethra and your untreated infection enti na oba ye mfiti prakopa mo oduro no enema ebetim de sa symptoms ba pe ya me kan ya fa Johnson sam ho aba no eye pi ye betako the course na bo to ade na osama ho ato entina ho ma yade enku tumrika for ni kire power specialist herbal hospital eye osa na ehaw ya na obofono obitime fesa osenti wachika aserimu ya wo ya hyehyew ya ho hwenye ye obo no hanyina ayo ya no kopie wa chutanya heartburns wudi dia na adwa no ejejwa bo ya na oyafu na hye gastritis ulcer the symptoms no ebi eno no ukwa aja na otumi se ojana no aye very black and as a dark bleeding ulcer no wudi agura beku misro uhia adua ya SK that is stomach care ekro bia wa oyafunu mudi unyadore bia bekum kori nyina se ye diodina ulcer se peptic ulcer bomade man sanka adua ya SK no ebi aye typhoid na ehaw typhoid kunipa typhoid tanye betima your surgery onsoro no emwo ne betuetue onsoro no mu ama otanye betwa onsoro na to aso Someone to nsum na nsum nyina ye kura ukọ aja na bia bo se moja emu wa hwe beka se koko na no koko drum nso bia na severe typhoid bo modern so benya kala mixture e be two typhoid na sen ten e dia maw na so test malaria positive dia na ye maw adua ya malamis plus bia da bia no wonya adua ya malamis ni bia beboa wo kata so rugu se na ade ache dwende wonu ma won tene de da bia so moja so atia ye maw adua ya ye herbal tonic yendo ni nyina ye pure herbal e beboa ama moja na hyehye kama oni pedo be fefefe wo bo wa uyi ahura moja omu wakoma bo kim wo home esro problem bia wo chest wo say your lung say your heart say your dey ye ma cough care herbal mixture your friend chest cough e beboa wo jiri e ye male vitality be madro pa e be yintinimu moja na kota intinima blama na etime agina so no nya herbal ten herbal mixture de kan wo de a na ba bia wu e de ama mesro wo ya adwumaden ye ma e ye adua ya ultimate wo do frɛ adwuma ba pɛwɔ mɔta bi dware fa bi twitwi bia yɛ bia wo da betimi adade bɛ kyena ho ɔden yade bia tete ɔyɛ ntimi aka ho asɛm no yɛ no nkyɛ sɛ nyɛ ho adwuma fabra power specialist of today sɛ ya ware fa mo pa wo mu nyina momra sɛ kompo na hyɛ munum yɛ nya surgery bɛ mo de bɛ na ni nyina yade bia ha obia no sciatica de keka ho no wo ba nyame adom ayaresa ɛwɔ hɔ yɛ wo kumase won crime ɛna yɛ water cry de kumase wo fɛ yase yɛ ni Jasper Flint stage ni di nhwɛ ne mu wo aputo ja contrast kwan ne so Lake Road ana ye wo akra wo kwabenya ACP kwan sane block factory no edi enhwem na fe takrade wo Anage Estate Customs Road ye ne senga washing be ne di nhwem frɛ 0555 797878 0200 3831 and 0244 544422 Monday to Saturdays and the day my Sunday period and maybe holidays yeah juma or your branches in advance say baby algebra na ohwe power time nyame yadoma da sene sabre ya nso de apom de hon sam no ebebro
power specialist about hospital womo ana womo nru omo wo yare wa hodo omo timisa e wo hospital omo abomoden na womo de ababeto anim no what wo de o mu abomoden na tu anamo na koho na yare sa esene fata on sabeka ama wonso wani atimi age ho. We are live on TV SYZ and Power 97.9 FM. We are live on Facebook at Power 979 FM, TV XYZ, YouTube XYZ broadcaster na wabomode agebre inside politics jumedi sune nsema hodo a etwegu ewo man Ghana mu ade di na sefata se wonso ubetimi anya ho nti ase ne yabomoden ahyehya ye de somo ene enwumre wei ye be dane ye ho aba na yekoba ene ye ne Anthony Nupenu wono ano ye the Greater Accra Regional Organizer edema NDC akatamanso amanyoko no pani kese ya ba be kan yensa ye dane ye ho aba ye ba pe nkomo aka nyina ye ba be biem twa ye ba sha.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Na ede na ya obayi a oda forma so ne yafunu mu emunumuni.
Oh, Mr. Entry, also yare ya titi be benfie pi nanso ne yamu nyono da. Se me chiro no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what also tamfo Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture yanum bom kotia also no bia ma no anom. Anka ne ho ato no dadaada. Also dro de eno ne Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture.
Ankom ni nchiremu.
Also ye kura eto yafunu ene ensunu mu. Etuma wo yafunu ekekawa. Wogire ho a enyi. Also etumi ema wo ye cheko ebre a wadidi awie. So how eye also there compare Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto.
Pedudu etu a ko Okanshi Drug Lane, Kumasi Dani Herbal, Takradi AA Mensa, Anafre 020-3822-855. Apefo, abatanya wama won mofra no fo, ene mofra woni mfiedu mienu enka ho. Hexa capsules ene ne mixture.
Asa tamfo, edie age edwadie nkratoyi yi atom.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Ifo kra na menyisika edia ye mefui.
Ehin papa na menya bosia edia tre medwuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre me bosia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yemamwa kwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ye won hyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, ekuokuo bosia, susu account, and it does wɔ hɔ savings account, me bada chain savings account, and the keka ho. Suhum Rural Bank was 034229186. Na won so wetu mi aka sɛ.
Suhum Rural Bank. Ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank. Enti me pa minie.
Me damwase.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Obrempong eye adwumada. Eboa eyam aduane. Eboa eyi nsa free ni peduanim. Na eboa woni pedua ma etena ho yie. Nanso wonim say niema a yedi na yenom. Timi ma brebo ye adwumaden sen pote.
Me hu da
me brebo ye juma pa e bia se me ntumi ye bibi boa me brebo
ani and nointing what the left here from the Moses Clinic we have our center about herbal food supplement we see pa de boa brebo ama e ye juma ye
na e ye juma
fatopa ye no anopa ne anwumre na eboa ma obrebo ye adwuma yi sene ebe ya ebetimi anyam aduane a wodi esiesie ni peduane mu eyi mu finsi yi
eno na me brebo kia pa Obenya Left Kid wa pharmacy herbal shops ne supermarkets a ebeo se wo pedodo so etu a 0244 068447 Left Kid wa wo brebo wa wo ne pedua Edro yi enye ma apemfo ma ema omomanofo ne mmofo a wonya mfie dumie FDA age dwedie nkrato yi atum
Kwababio the bat CBS YZ ne power 97.9 FM inside policy jumedi ni guswa yede esommo ne nsema hodo a etwegu o man Ghana ha de di esene fata yede ba ofie wa dwuma mu kai mu ba bia wajebre na sabre wo hwen ana se wutie Nyankopon enhyira wa mempreda medin di NK Obrempong medi jumedi ho kyena me atena konya kase di amamu Gabi ma se the capacity man commander of the 900 million angels commander ba bia wo na nyumre Missing Yankopon and Shrawa Mempreda. I was a charge median so Eddie Amawa. Na ma menya announcement kitwawi and Fenfree on Nafe and Twasso. Nyame Eya Domwa if you are we. The constituency secretary Edema NDC Amanyo Kuno Ewa Kuapim North constituency Waka baby kakra Nyame ya Domwa. Efiada ene memene de ye di anim ya no ana abusiafo ene NDC amanyokuo no ede ayie no ehyehyɛ so ewo adoso akuapem eti nyame ya adom a Friday we ye friend honorable Isaac Bacha Hamilton ono no ye constituency secretary Edema Akuapem North constituency a abranche jumadi a wadi ede aboa party from I think no ye obeye youth organizer crowd say wadi jumadi bebre ede aboa NDC amanyoko no se oba Akuapem North constituency a na je say woguso a wo born homodin no ye drape coordinator and sana wo ba bebe free mu nyame ya adomo a efiada no memene de di anim a wo adoso Akuapem ana abusuafo ne NDC amanyokui ede enhyehyɛ wo ma ye kama wo mo de eba be kata na chikura nti adofo ne wo bibiara nyame ya ma Saturday we ye de ani kyirem ewo adoso Akuapem na afi yakwakọ taya busuafo ene NDC amanyoko na chi na wo makora wo mo dehye honorable Isaac Hamilton Bacha aka Wagon enye easy da asem we see ye ewo constituency ho na nya de da form kra nti nyame ya adom a Saturday ye nyina ebekọ adoso Akuapem na enchi akese pa amfen koma honorable Kofi Asante Agye ana afi Tewia Bismarck Tewia Boateng the former Eastern Regional Chairman Dema NDC amanyoko na me ne woka say de wasen ya unity ewo Eastern Region say wasen ya babio na wababa di chairman position ni bio na wakoso na hyehyɛ ya oteso no ye no wakoso aboa na NDC amanyoko na afare ntema pa bi ade franti nyame yadoma Friday Saturday me anga say nke Obrempong mewo adoso na ye nyina ya aboa na abusuafo ne NDC amanyoko no ataye chi na yakora yenua bacha echi kra abusuafo ne adofo nyina ye nhyeden wo ndie sese ya baba kan ye ho nti wo ye den ya yatitimu saa na yeto aso nti akase pa afeso fen koma Sami Kwache wono branch communications officer Edema NDC amanyoko no ewo tutu Akuapem Sami Kwache Nyankopon insha abusama menka se Safari Valley Eco Resort bia ho efa yie pa sɛ wobɔ mmɔden na wopɛ baabi a wobɛdwodwo wo ho wanya leave wanya holiday bi na wopɛ baabi adwodwo wo ho a mepakyɛ wokɔ hɔnom wɔn asiesie wɔn ho yie wɔ dan yɛ mu ɔfɛ nnuane a ɛɛdɛ wɔn create man-made lake a wobɛtumi anya boat ketewa bi de atena so na waride sɛ yɛ wo nko a sɛ wo ne wo ho kani wɔn harmless zoo a ɛmoa ɛwɔ mu no wɔn ho ani ka yie pa wɔn na mu a wɔabɛhu with their green environment a wodu hɔ a breeze ɛbɔ fa obi anim sɛ okwapɛman mu deɛ yɛka baabi ɛhɔ enwu wɔ Ghana ha okwapɛman ɛka ho yie paa the cold breeze ɛbɛfa ho kɛkɛ kora no wɔabɛhu sampa wɔchange environment no sɛ wobɛyɛ yie wobɛyɛ wedding wobɛyɛ party dwumadie bi a wobɛdi no nso no wobɛtumi de w'ani akyerɛ mu ɛwɔ Safari Valley Eco Resort panifoɔ wɔ space akɛseɛ ɛwɔ hɔ a wɔn de rent out na afei nso sɛ timi aka bi hyɛ ne nso sɛ ɔmo wɔ kwapɛman mu adukuroma kwapɛm ne ɛwukugwa kwapɛm patam hɔ a na ɔmo butu a wɔn asiesie ɔmo hɔ fɛfɛɛfɛ kɔ na nso w'ani bɛtumi agye yie paa bɔ mmɔden na namba a mede bɛtu dwa no fa na frɛ Safari Valley Eco Resort for nkyerɛmu aka bi a wɔn de bɛsom 0596 914394 0596 914394 and visit your website no www.safarivalleyresort.com na nkɔmmɔ bi aka ɔmo ne onni na nkyerɛmu bi ɔmo mfɛn som Divine Hope Eba Center sɛ menka nkyerɛ wo sɛ kɔna kɔhwehwɛ ɔtwea ɛba powder ne bi nanom na yare bi te sɛ waist pain sɛ woyɛ ɔbaa anaasɛ bɛrima ɛbɛboa na ɛyi afiri hɔ koraa afei pulse ɛyɛ koko ɛyɛ sexual weakness low libido stroke ulcer ne menstrual disorder saa yare wahodoɔ yi nyinaa wɔn nsa tumi ka ɔtwea ɛba powder na ɔnom a abusua ɛbɛboa na ɛyi n'afiri hɔ koraa na afei watumi anya apɔmuden ɛde abɔ ɔbra ma wɔni agye ho kae na hyɛ ne nso sɛ wode nsuo a ɛyɛ hɔ ne hɔ ana ɛbɛnom ɔtwea ɛba powder na mmom no sɛ wonidi a wontimi ɛnom wonya didi wie deɛ a sɛ yɛ anɔpa wie anaasɛ nwummere wobɛnom ɔtwea ɛba powder na yare a mabobɔ so yi nyinaa no afiri nipadua ma wo ho atumi atɔ wo hyɛ no nso sɛ wokɔkɔfoɔ deɛ a Gapson Pharmacy wobɛtumi anya bi atɔ hɔ Cap Herba wɔ Sunyane House of Drugs yɛ ahyɛama boakye ansa yɛ Cape Coast na na boakye Herba ɛwɔ Tema PK Gombela ɛwɔ Tamale but modern phone numbers a mede ɛto dwa yi woyɛ pharmacy shop anaa Herba shop na ɔpɛ ɔtwa Herba powder yi bi ɛto atɔn a frɛ Divine Hope Herba Center for so ɔmbɛgye so no mama ɔduro yi bi atu na nso watɔn 0591 565 557 0591 565 and 0550 639 037 0550 639 037 or share about part or so Jana Shewa wow beba MPA for Gusua Wamobon Kaye Wamasesa Okoto Setan Kabia Dania to Kwaso Ufi any man on Patemwa and Fagalon and Fabu and Fapan Okosobi name more than our friend the National Petroleum Authority for our Mopani Paye lawyer Edwigi Tamaklu oba from ombejo so na sie bia ombetimi ababa beye e wo sam patem wa M4 how no ye ne bia ba no wo metimi abesie no obetimi so ama Ghana Police Service for aswate the Ghana National Fire Service for aswate no mo abaye san sie no number obetimi afre wo bra bo se tanka bia da na atokwan so patem na ofie anim na the National Petroleum Authority for abaye sie dia ma wo no 030 255-0380 030-255-0380 kaina channel so se won kwa ekuta na so mbosin petrol 1 gallon a eja betimi atɔ tankanum na ahye wafra na wabusuafo abedi areho nti channel so se tanka tɔ wa emfa bibia se wokɔ akɔsɔ petrol ɛwɔ hɔ abusua bere na so se yen komo aka no ye bebiem se de medi kan na ene ye ne Mr. Anthony Nukpenu wono the Greater Accra Regional Organizer Edema NDC Amanyoko no Penikesi ababe kan self die ma me na kwaba na fe nsema hodo won yen hyase na yen ni won komo commander akwaba
edia
ya wo ko die
oba de adum ye ho na wo so
dana na obeba na BBC okwan oba late ewie interview pena papa bi frɛ me wo se ohun se wo kasa na ni ti megina wakukuduro ne wakukuduro ne sade asɛm ne ye a wobɛka ne ye bia wobɛka ne bi no political party colors involved no na ne eje wo nsɛm ka ho pa
me dana se onua onim asɛm no sɛ e anopa na wanka ne na ko kan bi a enyume wo kan
okay
etu kan April ko na wo hu
etowa
those who agree those who disagree tomorrow they will appreciate you for it.
Okay.
For me, yes, I'm a partisan politician.
Yes.
Yeah, now me a politician. Obi a politician. Obi ni ho we are see a politician. Bibi a we be a politics. let's understand that perimeter. We also for politics now.
Yeah.
So we Accra. So we dima Jesus Christ.
Yes.
We be so Accra ma whatever.
Okay, you know how politics.
Politics.
Okay.
That is politics.
Okay.
In the business circle. Utom Kobi, Misumi Tom Kaku. Yeah, politics.
Obi a nipa ba.
Kaku ya desi Kobi. It's politics. Yeah, partisan politics. Yeah, doma manyoku.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
Hindi politics. Traditional authorities, political this thing, because selection of people, they must look at who you are. You know, how you appear. Are you getting me? Inti, nyamanu wana say, you feel say, oh, me de mi nkan wana beka. Eko ko ade ayire a begu. Ebi na nanu pie ya dede na, because when things are getting wrong and nobody want to talk, everywhere you live in a community, DC assemblyman. Bruce say DC no ti ho. Na no bi mi ko ka say mi nkrofo antimasio. Me say uti bro no. Bibi how?
Yes.
You live in a stretch.
Yes.
You can fix that problem at the moment I affect him as an abai. But people say, why did I say that? No more to Abba say abai. That's what to Abba. But one to Abba say abai share bibia. So at the moment I will call how mu. That's a who you who film before abai but no. People say, why did I say that? I say no. Take yourself out of a trouble before government come to rescue you. Then you say, buying brands and we you who film. Now you say
yes.
Buying for people have to come. That is community service. Into what we have overlooked patriotism and community service. Say nyama ekoso boni say ebe kan ho aboma ye no ye tu krofo so abante ye so mu no mu beye. Enu nti na wo hwe ene a nipa da se ni nye sika kokrom koto duane ebe yedi no oye nwura o se aban na ese be fa wura ni nti aban be fa me die mitimi di tu be bia mepe. So it's a problem, it's a challenge, because the revolution or the evolution of curriculum any nyama yasian your school ye sensitive things that get you as a citizen. So you free and you load the chaff into and will be a school about Wabakan is album and me transfer by employee.
Family,
who told you say
office?
Who told you so the bar will be an employee? But it's a challenge.
Okay.
It will take a time for us to get people conscientized to know, say, look, at every point in time, rise up for yourself before the other assistants come.
Yeah. Very well.
So for me, when it is A today, I will say it. Damn the consequences.
Very well. That's it. Young share NDC are buying mobile. Bet now, or may so from last year 2025. So what share said you now or mine it here 2024. Semana Ghana for can name be a name who here wom and no more can be no. Mo bet na akunyaso. Me fan say 1 year 6-7 months mo penny year rate. Looking at what is happening now, the Ghana for soon afraid to a boom. Mama majority wa mrashebe dwemu se mo media abano. Do you think say Ghanaians are happy with the NDC so far? Amemo akosono.
Ina se bi na me chia ahwefo na etiefo nyina. Maka se nyame nya nyina adom bibia e obia no on koso ambo e ho ban na nyina yemfa ahunidie ema e ho na oman no the way nyina ye susu anase ye hu se empeja no
ye peno no
yen kosi sa pempenso.
Yeah, I know very well.
Yes, Ghana for to Santini 7 December 2024 to aba do pan no ma NDC amanyo ku say ya huni die ye num kasa ye na montuo eso omani.
Okay.
saa tumi ni baeɛ no so yɛmfa nyɛ akwadworɔ ɔmampanyin apaafo a ɔmɛboa sɛ mbɛtu anammɔ wano ɛwɔ nneɛma ho bɛmɛki sure sɛ nneɛma no ɛda Ghanafoɔ akoma so no ɛnimanim a no yɛtumi timtim yɛ nan ama ki sure sɛ saa hope na ɛfi Ghanafoɔ mu no.
Yes.
We should restore it.
Back.
Yes, restore to build that political confidence. Say, nipa tu so aba memfa nya akwadro. San say, ahohehie mu no wo. No say no. Mimi bɔ modin say ye be ye no na nkrofo atwe ensan. Nti say obi say obetimi aboa say nyina ye be som mana ye yi a yemfa ya hon dikota o. Nti Ghanafoɔ anya mistake. Na ahohie mu pa na no Ghanafoɔ wɔ. And ɔman no na the way a ɛkɔ n'akyi no na nipa bebree na ɔmo yɛ patriotic na ɔmo akoma ɛbɔ pɛrɛpɛrɛpɛrɛ. Across the length and breadth of every sector of the Ghanaian economy, was seriously in problem. Until people consciously and decisively took that decision. Until apart from ɔmampanyin pa ɛso no, yo obi biara ɔno so na odi akutini wɔ. And I'm 2 years towards the 7th December.
Yes.
And from the day I had the Abenuano, the Oman Bentina Abenuano Sono, one yakwa drop, with 2 and a mommy bree. And one of the cardinal things are now comforting on man, a year, a dready in some.
Okay.
Scasem to 2 years. Say, and no kita 1 CD at, or China Timi Fan Yashi, which kita 100,000 or businesses were just collapsing left, center, right. Into conscious effort were taken through the economic management team to make sure, say, one is about forest, one is about interest on borrowing and other fiscal indiscipline, and a war within the financial sector.
Okay.
So between the president, the finance minister, the Bank of Ghana governor, at least that bold confidence in making sure so you nina say okita $1 put me who say who forecast here within the next 3 weeks 1 month, you are within a comfortable zone to trade and you have your profits. So confidence now ba I make it obia so say uji waketu yaso utimi planning within the 1 month to make sure say budgetary allocations, you can be able to meet it, even though a bimu for say it's not enough, but half a loaf is better than none. That level of confidence alone, a boosty the Ghanaian worker, the Ghanaian businessman, the Ghanaian trader to be able to comfortably sit and be able to plan the business and daily life. And I believe say for the past 1.5 years,
yes,
yeah, the Omana to acquire. And we share some of the debt obligations meet.
Sure.
And for years, say Omano sika sem to yentimi ya postpone a debt compounding.
Yeah. I think recently the finance ministry
about $700 million euro bond.
Yeah.
All these things say just a compounding interest.
Okay.
And generations will come and pay, but if you what you say are you free and you can be able to realign yourself towards a better future.
Very well.
So those areas are working very well.
Okay.
Uba your security in some, I think largely government has been very focused to make sure say Nyama bebre na enkoye within our internal security.
Yes.
Crime rate the way na echo very alarming. And obi sorry anopa onim say you come back home and those things. And now Timu say internal security beef up no. Ya enhancing no.
Okay.
Ya shemukina.
Okay.
We are not 100%, but today there is that high level of confidence. Yes.
Okay.
Say u namanaju krampo a un say bambo.
Oh.
Yeah, idea people feel more secured.
Okay.
Armed robbers, guys on holidays, but they are just not comfortable whether they will succeed their next act.
Operation.
I get it because the security sector has really put up measures and making sure. And it's like vigilance has been there.
Okay.
It's now within the system to make sure say people really know say me too and I'm say yeah, I may not survive the next crime that I'm going to commit. So all these areas, then we go to our external borders too. We are doing a lot to make sure say we overcome insurgents attack from our neighboring countries. And I say Nkofuboni omu ninam Western Coast or whatever, our creating fomenting problems.
Yes.
So we don't get some of these people within our territory. So all this one, government has really performed. The agriculture sector. Government has really invested a lot of grounds to make sure, say, private sector led to revive our ailing agri sector has come very high.
Yeah.
So you mitigate the gap in terms of the import of some staples and me aiden inya okrum ha.
Okay.
Enti ultimately there is rice glut.
Maize glut.
Yentiminto.
Egg glut.
I get me.
Yes.
And what near I say government have to now go into the other sector of processing and packaging, meaning cultivation, production, agriculture.
Okay.
But what we are not meeting yet is processing and packaging.
Okay.
Because rice,
employment.
Cultivate, harvest.
Okay.
But the area of milling and packaging, are a problem.
Okay.
Mutimia milling so no enya market. It is utimi then a processing now packaging then marketing must also take us. So it's a value chain.
Okay.
It be more kodo. More don no winya emono. Ewo warehouses. Milia, it need to be branded. That is the packaging.
Okay.
Near free amano neighbor the same rice. But the nyame biaki can who
packaging.
A packaging into one I come. But some of those rice is 10 years old.
Money be a
oh, who can rice importers no problem. But that is the fact. Masa etimi a bulk of sheep rice eba harbor. Nina weevils.
Wow.
A hand on best spray no mu CV. No mu di nyama kala.
So
another bag change, no more packaging, no more load abakrum ha.
So I say I can concentrating more on our local rice and I best for it.
So that is the way to go now. Say all these rice cultivators, and agric ministry is putting all of them in a certain basket so that they can have millers who take the rice meal. Then packaging. Then the next step is the marketing aspect. So competitive pricing. Nipa no din 10 years and 5 years old rice ababa packaging.
Yes.
They are at a lower cost. Ni wa cultivating so who say ni cost of production.
Yes.
It was through untimi fa price no and compete with this inferior rice free amanoniaba. So those rice are around 500 per 25 kilo. We also cultivate your chrome hano. Who person talking about 1,000 Ghana. All of us will rush to this 500 Ghana. But nutrient wise, the locally produced one have high nutrients. See the foreign one because we a dim fear breed. We are freshly produced.
Okay.
I know you're dead, but because we've not been able to put our packaging and marketing well. People don't even understand. Say, eating the local rice is more healthier than going for this.
The last time I bought 1 bag of local rice, and now my name say in local rice near this. I didn't
look very nutritious and it's fresh.
Wow.
Who they call this ashuare rice? You call ashuare call more local rice. And secondly, you know, nipa be bring how to prepare local rice.
Okay.
Because it's freshly produced, you know, emusio no e wo hodeda. Into the insio be bring so na pacha.
Okay.
So people only know how to use it for
rice porridge.
Rice porridge and then
omutio.
But to be able to prepare it
rice and stew and
then jollof needs and people get it wrong.
Okay.
You know, most of the restaurants they are not able to go there and say look at they should just be able to get themselves well and learn how to cook it
very well,
and they will get it well. And they just say basmati now who can basmati in 15 years. Sorry to mention a brand, but you know these are real facts. FDA is aware, standard, but they know. But you know, trade and those things who can now abedani in same baby. Until immediate, may encourage everybody say yeah, local rice, no, yeah, and yeah, moboni.
Yeah.
Yeah, more nutrition, healthy, is good for all of us.
Okay.
And he say, utonu 800 Ghana a bag, onchiti because so soon I'll call a corridor. I'll be say Charlie, we are meeting ourselves.
Okay.
If you give 800 Ghana cedis to our local farmers. To be competitively within cultivation.
Yes.
Is it not better than giving 500 to some traders to go and bring whatever it is? Agric is booming and poultry sector is rising. All these areas are making ni focus akoso and nemekoso. But around it, you know, the challenges have been said. The teeming youth, the teeming Ghanaians, a boy a chidom no. Believe say we are not living good with them in terms of jobs and in terms of say ebimusuno omu enini omakumedi say ebimu edi boni and they must be punished. People are not seeing that within the space of time you're governed, so people are also not enthused in that area. So these are the two areas.
Yes. What about employment?
Employment is a huge challenge.
Okay.
In the sense, say we are Manyokuna Uba power.
Yes.
Yes. You have sworn the oath to protect every Ghanaian.
Sure.
But so far as we are doing partisan politics, you must be bold and precise. And the own say MPP who some super within November to December and even since January. Look, the number of people appointment they flooded every agency and organization in this country without any financial commitment. And they handed over that baggage to the NDC. And well, if it's me, I'll call the shots. Damn any consequences. They are Ghanaian children. They are Ghanaian youth, they are Ghanaian.
But it can be you,
because if within this time now, if they employ you, they would have employed you long ago. Secondly, they employ without financial commitment. If you want to create financial commitment, they will take care of you. I'll put everybody home. I said now economy need a financial commitment. We are now using to cater for people who have already been employed. So when are you going to get new financial commitment to get your people in? This is where the problem is.
Wow.
Problem na say all the financial openings are too forcing the team creating is absorbing already employed people by the MPP regime. Wow. It's soon be able to meet your employment. Look, some of us,
but I think some of the ministries are doing great. Okasana wabo agri, and then they are Honorable Ekopoku, the Minister for Food and Agriculture. Ewo Tesano, please dear Puhono. I hand you over 506 new motorbikes to recruitees Feed Ghana Brigades. And also create employment for
this is a new venture created.
Okay.
For some about 1,000 or about some 500 people.
Yes.
Towards a project.
Yes.
Are you getting?
Yes.
But so when nipa dodo a employment, you know, it's like a drop in the ocean.
Okay.
Like a drop in the ocean. So most of the things we have tried to be engaged with, say, empower your home. Okay. Waba, me pay employment, say, okay, Minia, can you go this route? One can submit me. About whom they say, start BB.
Okay.
Maybe your budget is 20,000, your budget 30,000, your budget is 10,000. I cannot meet you all.
Halfway.
I can also support you this way.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Okay.
So, Ujina say, really you are focused. You are able to start something and get yourself out of the woods. They bring 90 we are see because they believe say, yes, see a bema mu jumanti and no addition SME botai, addition SME hanging me back. But ni na ye share I believe say before ever cross the second leg, we'll have a way out.
Midas Safi and Ado Casafidi and to a high TVSYZ. We are also live on Power 7.9 FM inside politics new media suni. And then Mr. Anthony Lupino Ono, a Greater Accra regional organizer for the NDC. Come on, I say try and come on as well. I remember, I think prior to the 2024 general elections, and I said previous elections, I did back one na eha or minor pa a vigilantes party. We said me were way for party. We said me were way for. I may do baby my agreement by say obi good vigilante group will be our war. But another day, so when it chemo Upper East Regional, there's a 42 member volunteer group. You're from the Lions of the MPP. Woma pa hontoma. Woma se mo kan say, womo be bo MPP ho ban. E ban internal elections, regional elections, bibia o betimi aye na omo de aboa. Enye the same vigilante ana sign baby.
Yeah. Mimi who Adenem Tenra, I pity those young men because they have just given themselves out to be eaten. Lions are buried. Most of them are lions. Yeah. By the end of the day, they will be swallowed. And I can see they are very ignorant young men. They don't even know their left from their right. And obi bo mukutupa. Say mumbe boy MPP chidom na MPP beba power. Mubenya mu shebre. Muni shebre bia obebia. So mbe timi ahondi no mpeso mu waste no. To enter the force of Bolliger, to start tilting the land and sowing soya beans and yam or doing something for their life. It will shape their life better than what they want to do. Because one, the MPP is not going to rise to any occasion.
MPP for Nyadi or Moko baby, not even 2020.
When did you win?
Alaji Baumia.
Oui.
He is the former vice president of the Republic of Ghana, who was the head of the economic management team and chairman of the police council.
And the police in the saying, wait. And a moody musebre. Ebe domnus obe diom and penny bi, ema munya bibi. In the mess room. Obi bi obe na adwin say, Obek kani who say media me shata dia ekokoti. Look, let me tell you, you are going to be eaten up. Because be your mind do Mimi Anthony, I will never form any gang towards an election. I won't do it. Because you know why? It will come back to eat me.
Okay.
Yes. Because there is no way you can even get those guys anything in government and they will eat you.
After saving committee secure power.
Yeah, so I would advise everybody to be very mindful and careful about these things. Because these guys will eat you up. So who will be here? Get this guy, if they don't have any skills and any education, how to transform their life into a productive venture, no, it's better than saying, say, Munko Bo MPP, do Munko Yakayaka, de Munko to trust them, na power, eba recognize him. Power no in the first way, Munya, I recognize him, and you will suffer. So, young men out there, please be mindful. I'm a political actor, and I want to advise you.
But say political party, FA group will be say so or money chidoma, and yen the so I don't know.
Say, even a reorganization,
yes,
we are organizing people towards a productive engagement.
Okay.
So we are branch chairman, we are branch user, blah blah blah. We are organizing you to do a specific job for the party to get to power, to consolidate power.
Yes.
MPP by this Saturday, Sunday, they are doing almost almost second gear, yeah, or first gear.
Yes.
I get him.
Yes.
Aside that, so group for me, you are it will even start fomenting trouble within your sector. Now, no, then you see Alisa. You saw the group Ken must go, no? And other people were out countering the group.
Yeah.
So these groups, they become enemies to themselves within your own political settings. Because they only hold allegiance to personalities, so not the party. Any group aside your party structure is only coming in to be allegiant to me. Say Anthony's group, a Kwabene group, a way group. Inti me ye boni cry say ye twima so no sa group no because omunti omu ho ase omu fu say me na me ye omu nyame nti jimienti they will be for me. They will never listen to any wisdom. And that is how they perish. So any super group from the other camp will swallow them. Inti those who think they are forming this group because Baumia must be president. Can I catch him with July or so, June, July next year?
Yes.
But
the party for to be a petition in the neck, the National Executive Committee of the MPP. I'm on 2 weeks. Sir, Canada, 1 month penal.
Because the previous MPP allow Ken a Japan in the group, no, I form me group, we are loyal to only Ken, not the MPP. And the say anything about Ken today is just to crash Ken. If you go after Ken, we will come after you. That is where they are now. So people, hey, Mamun Tachino, Yen Tachino, Mamun Tachino, Yen Tachino, who Tachino a problem, one Tachino so a problem. That is where they have reached now. It's just a rational and a useful political party. Don't allow one person to be so powerful in your political settings, calling the shots. All he will do is to become a nuisance to you. And at the time of a nuisance, whether you touch him or you don't touch him, it becomes a crash point.
Problem be wo.
And no MPP faces here. If they touch Ken, problem. If they don't touch Ken,
problem.
Alan who's only grounds be or that. If we see for us, or party, no, but me are causing nuisance, or see me trimming. But Ken Fo say he hold a certain umbilical call of the MPP until he can create and uncreate.
Sure, no,
he can make and unmake.
Wako primary, sir.
Yes.
When you're 37.
And no, Eshen is a kutupa, Sabi Jimmy Kutupano.
The Kenny and right
now, Jimmy. You see, when you are a leader, you want to lead people. Ma unyanse di unkai. Me ma we fundi unkai. Ken nyanse ni neni. Sebi. Ni den na mika sebi krambo. Gon yo no sebi nyanse bi eni.
Eni me koso e won a political party. A osusu se mpanifo ni bia won omu nyina edi party na nim kra no atene omachi e dia
Fimwe.
E dia ma no.
Go your way. Or sit in and be a father. Now can say bibia janumu fie na yomude. But because they are fathers, they are fathering us. They are accommodating us. Who are investing in the party? But the question is, has the party not invested in you? Who for America by any more? Don't we know that? President Kufon the Bedi or Mampina we must be any power Ghana. Sure. And they are becoming nuisance to our political fiber. And mwashe mrantie bi mu kutupa na jimie na da koka. And no bi mu so person mu ye say ye hu omu say omu no betimi am mobilize aboba obi echi dom no. Baumia will leave and that group become a nuisance to the political party again. MPP, NDC.
Yes.
We may all not be equal, but we all have equal stake.
Yes.
Ebimudi but we are paying now for boning in the amount. Mimi here news stubborn proud. Usika intimate me. Yes, because where you stand and you think your money you have to no. You have the money. I may also have something. Mini become one answer. Obi was calling answer okroma. We are seeing Niaman Miensa and the Bonnie Pahumbai.
Yes.
Unkwa. 100 no answer.
Okay.
Who will Niaman Miensa we are BB bit me. Me wankwa. 100 one answer. In this case. You will scarce say na me ni 100 who am I? Because we be scarfor or my bed reading. Scanning to me somewhere. People have money, they don't have sense.
But don't you think, sir, this very group, the Lions of MPP, to create, that's why I say be bold and do the right thing. Probably maybe at this time around.
How bold would they be? They can never be bold. Where they are sitting, they are going to be fed by somebody. So how bold will they be? Mumuni.
So be a better control.
Be a better man who chop money. No, say, hey, Jimmy Niamawi. How bold can you be? How bold can they be? Say, Nipa no feed you mu daily. Can they tell the person what you are doing is not right? Of course, you deny your daily bread. So there are some cheap guys. Me, I don't see. They matters not. I don't think we should give them leverage. Because they are nobody. Totally, they are nobody.
No, maybe because already, by I'm a political party, be a no vigilante. But I think it's ahead of the 20 years.
On paper.
It is still not necessary.
It never worked. No, yeah, my Bunyaku don't now buy a share vigilante for Kutupa. I show mu police in Tadini, soldier and Tadi Okroma. So that thing was a charade. And sometimes it pains me to say yaba power sana mumbi mu yentimi 2 years. Those guys who misbehaved during Ayawaso West Wagon primaries. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
And one of the things that even got people in Kaswa very angry when Emra, Interior Minister Oga said, to be a course within registration.
Yeah.
But, you know, all these things, and people ask questions. What is happening to us? So, all too soon about power, Nyama Yen, mu deny chair. Are you getting me? Who is investigating? I also was by election. Commission, no, ball and and nearby all serious. Those guys who came on to 2 years, who bought 2 they were not trained force men holding AK-47. Cameras in the videos na who is investigating? All to see is normal to us.
2028, Nipa Bayan watching Techima in South.
On my opinion, issue order, and up to today, what is happening? All this is getting some of us angry, but we are just containing ourselves. It's getting us angry. And people ask us questions. Party 4, it be said, hey, now the way you know, then now we have one. Don't be sorry, you don't have answers. Because you're interested in Krofubimu to be able to bring such act to an end. What is happening?
More dissolve it, or be a dissolve it, even if it was on paper. You be who said na vigilantes 7 about form kakra ni ye who said na equal.
The only thing that you didn't see was they putting on branded uniform.
Okay, I don't know mujai.
Yes.
Never mind. So we cool we are decent media we, but still not existing.
It's still alive.
Very well. This time around there. I'm gonna put your uniform back.
And so
there's a new government out there reset agenda about should this be encouraged?
So the interior minister should be acting. If one of the things was for people not to brand and name themselves, see, it's part of that law, which me I don't believe in so much. It's there. People should be acting. Say one of the things people should not group. If you are not a registered security force,
yes,
complementing the Ghana Police Service internal security man like private security, you better approve uniform
well established.
Then any group in that circle must be answering questions. This video has been trending since yesterday.
Yeah,
I should be getting some CTREP to say that the Upper East Regional Police Command has taken some action based on Interior Minister directive. He's reneging on his responsibility. But me as a political actor, I will not even concentrate on these guys because me, as I said, they will be eaten up because they are nobody and they cannot be anybody.
Well.
Just Obina, Esho Mukutupa, Omabra Bobeye, Basa.
Medasi. Yeah, told you the so the amount my main cause a power specialist about hospital biaya. Ya the wa hodo one more sa abuwa ma pomudi atena ye nipediem na abribia yeti benya hode dia ko enyuma so no matter baby a wode sa yare a meba bebu boso yi wa ha nyina achi akọ wode kopie mu power specialist about hospital a wo be free ho na sa yare no atimi asori afiri so no atimi anya hode e de abo wo bra enti yare bi ti se hepatitis A B C D and E power specialist about hospital wo mu yi free ho kra de ma afi fatty liver sciatica prostate broken bones ulcer swollen neck and a fibroid so what wo de wo mu pe manu nya si pe fa number me de betu you na for power specialist about hospital for mbejo so na wakọ ho na afi wo ma hyase atreat na sayare ya ye krankra betina so no e be free ho no watimi anya wapomudin back kan na hyene so some more branches 3 yedi kan wo Kumasi Feyase Lake Bosomtwe kwan so opposite Josh Bro filling station no we say power specialist about hospital or be PM on kran ha omo kwabenya Pokwase ACP road no so na on setimi akom Takrade branch no ewo Anaji Estate adjacent Anaji MA Primary School bomodina numbers are made to dwai fa na free power specialist about hospital any omuni nkomon fa yare no ho womo bejebre no masa yare 0244 544422 0244 544422 and 0200 383831 0200 383831 WhatsApp number 0555 797878 0345 797878 now on set me aka power specialist about hospital for na woma jebre na yare bi aye krankro abetena so na woma tu ase area mam Victory Garlic Mixture duru a busha eboa na esa yare wa hodo bebre especially unusual heartbeat wo ya de kakra bo sina koma bo kim no wa bre me pa choma on sentiment ka Victory Garlic Mixture bebo stiffness of the hand and legs and not dizziness so 9 on saying 83 asa de ananse a chew no ananse so nye police ni yare on saka Victory Garlic Mixture me pa chew bewura wonchine mu afa omoje mu na bibibiara e ba na on sane on 9 83 no atimi every haunt bomoden se on sabeka Victory Garlic Mixture no anonom na atimi aboa wo hyene so se an enterprise ana de say do aba adwama so enti se wo pebi na wato a Bomoden ko kan shikin so worker on sabetimi akabi ana frɛ numbers we 0201 293 280 0201 293 280 and 0242 545 633 0242 545 633 now on setimi aka Victory Garlic Mixture and an enterprise for the abedwama so na eboa yare wahodo nyina etimi etu ase we are live on TVSYZ and Power 97.9 FM inside politics. Jumedi so and yene Mr. Anthony Nupenu wano a Greater Accra regional organizer Edema NDC. Amanyo kuno yetwa yenkomodie no so na fe yahwe. Komanda se osha yesi nsutobere yi mu nsuo atotopa na de baya nsem on the 29th day of June 2026 year na ye juada by na so many places so enkra ha ofa lajo ofa nima ukopie mu oweja ablekuma awoshi se bia ahodo nyina
gate flat esan say bibia etino eye nyame nasase
okay
on ye
yes
oye so no oye bibia nda
sure
na osi ni party na hasi nti nyame si nsuo we nsia na oso sia na say na we ni bring nsuo no afa nsuo no na nsuo no we ni control osu
ai ni sa ufa
because nyame dia ochina nsuo no peja ni mu a one of them say na hon this was so there because it's God's creation.
Okay.
Nti na ye nananum beto ye no si nsuo we nyame na body nti ye bo ho ban ye di nidie ni obuoma no nti omo yi apaye ma no o de dey si ho e dey ye nkonsuo hu e dey yi apaye ma no obi free ni kroma be ka je say ye bosomsom kwase de nsuo so ye som you were not worshiping, you were just respecting what God has created.
Okay.
That is the problem we had with our country in terms of understanding of religion. You say active religion as you know. And no. Inti, oh, you say abosun so ye feel quiet way, ye feel a boy, ye feel. This is what God has made. I mean about to one man, you na boy, who who ahondi. Sabi ejimi enti a broni kokko fini kro be ka kire say ye bosom no ye de tumi ni yi ni nyina na ye fo say yen create di efe e wo ho no e no nyina wa page omo so where are we into you story building now see na ojina so wona hu say o 10 cars are flooded no hu di who is a fool and Broni ebe kasa sem John say cleanness is next to godliness.
Yes.
Emro mu ka cho say busum it was clean. And now I say busum. If you hono, why you fi? If you not hono na nyame pejama nyina. So udi efi go ho.
Yes.
A valley.
Yes.
It was being preserved. And so we've got all of ourselves entangled with filthy minds and thinking. Ugo can be say you are encouraging fetishism. Una we are fetishing. So it tells us say nyame bi mu ayaye over the years no is not in line with God's creation and God's aspiration. Ni bu efuyen. Of course. Who told you can live on a waterway? Within a twinkle, nyami ye se keke no awash you. Who are honey? Whether it's a block building, whether it's a kiosk, you have been washed. It tells you don't sit there. Intina, those days who streams are, what do we see around them? Quiet. Every stream was with trees. Those trees were protecting the river. And then you trust in then and today, so governmental measures will come, but if we don't reconnect ourselves to certain roots, we'll continue to have more dangerous of this nature.
Now, measures.
Look at this one.
Yeah.
Nyamia body oye say insuo beta ha.
Yes.
Eta ha say ya kaka na ekọ eponum.
Yes.
Ye di ball akogu ho. Asili na di netia begusu na say adane asase yen kosi down on. And you think you are more intelligent than God. So who nyame no bo wo no, who say wo nyansa se no. Be chiro bibi kakra, we bibi kakra na nyame kire you. Nti for now Omanpenyi ayen hihye.
Yes.
Anamotu be koso. You say kububu obi dan na say we but utie brigadier and say where necessary may be. Yes.
And where necessary may be, you know, and I'm on to crash I see a course of that.
Yeah, of course.
But now, me who know some of the residents maybe one more dying, one more scene or waterways, Ramsar site, wetlands, our penny, a can one seminar or more, and they are saying, sir, government way wicked, and one more dying, if you cry Jebesia, aye Juma, Ajebesia can we see no.
If you want so far now, here they say, I buy by Jimmy no, who on answer? I know we keep to yourself. We took our Chado.
Yeah.
And I drove around, maybe a flat, and take it, please.
Yes.
And I'm saying, these people still have heart to be sitting here. We are nipa near here, Nano Joada. Like this time, I say, secure has been obeying me. I call Bow Assassin, Papa Bisu, around Situary Honum, and you are soon be a cobomum. The giants are all die now, see. Because if this night another rainfall, you will suffer. So you are thinking about that building as if it's Japadema. That thing is a useless thing, no. I didn't know who so we see a Japadia who say and if you want more.
Yes.
A wickedness, no, and yet Japadio. A you woman. Because the next time, no, a be a year quao. My son, a year a bebugusu. Now we are not, you see, a baby in Abanikun. Our foolishness is killing us. So it's high time people even understand, say, Ebia, I didn't know. NOB, area me call
assassination.
Into whatever investment I've done, my life first. Evacuate yourself. If you have to even relocate back to your hometown and go and live in Ebusiefie for some time to reorganize yourself, is better because TV now see what turn air board no issue the call enye ye biom oka no oka ene ukope sika koto engine usofa na ukoto wo bia carry what aboard no ene issue komu no na odi ago abontin aye useless bibi bia na wo dem ehyenhya wo wura ye wo ya brantie this is me utina okent ene ni obiom. In the Adano Neding Chado Honum Ujina Bridge in Usuna said, Usha will left her. There's a story building sitting on the Insono way. We'll say Insona wash ni Quinama Nipano ni foundation, I suppose.
Wow.
Yes. Say yanya proper re-engineering be to safeguard that building must come down because the next rain that building is going to collapse.
It will fall.
A 3-story building. So, a sinsionu quania, a sisu say. So, it shows you say the runway of the water has a buffer. Omo encroachia, so they say a genie quine. Wow. You can't stop it. Any bigger rainfall within the next days, so that building can come down.
In this country of ours, Ghana, so will be a basic dania or here permit at the free assembly hall. And Oko assembly one more engineers. If you don't cry, you will say it's a more.
Men waste your time. Look, we've all failed in that aspect. Me, I'm a TNA. Because that's a baby because of my position.
Yes.
No DC can deny me permit. Yes. What do you mean? Hey, Anthony, look, I'm processing man uncle.
Osuro.
Yeah, the integrity in the two. Obi onye obi akwa po be political party ni bi di neti yemano.
It's the fault of the assembly.
Una oba be o man ye. So, wako square training. We are engineer, either civil or building engineer. Our are the rules of engagement tell you say, if you don't comply with this, I'm not going to give you permit. Who soup politician and then you one guy's school now are useless. You must be bold and tell the point to hell with you because as part of the denial you must even publish. for people to know, say, these things are wrong, it will be pushy. You can come out and say it out.
Sometimes they are afraid because they are protecting their jobs.
Because we have, as a leader, your sense, your wisdom must lead you, not your because me protecting me people. So why do you employ people? Because to pay them, not to do the right thing. Yeah, they are employing Kofu just because but I didn't say they
are not doing it.
So haven't we failed as a country? So why are we paying people? We are paying people because they must be paid, but not to do the right thing. The Emrebian who are fufru, running in a wadida. All the wetlands and the waterway, everybody, most of them are having permit because you go there, you see politicians and the so-called big guys in business and commerce in this country. We ain't even about water lines or coffee. I go see that. The so-called affluent in society. Ufa nana chrome kokataman so sa akwana. Bohu baby almost see the stadium be. This stadium EB left. That area, that enclave, wetland.
I don't see
that whole enclave. Then I say you know a wetland agents you. Ye nana who say ye people are sick and super sani abanti uko nkrobi said down for Quayman oyari fa honumwa. There are dams that are water collection dams. And then Crawford the dynamite blow those dams and my feeling on. It is saying you never sunny and then a Jenny first. A by your Ebimusu, Edian Ibrahim for people and every day. Ye greedy into Indiana edging you and so no musipinu about not dams naji dams ni yema no musipinu kakra streams neba. Wetlands upon wetlands before Babe do the main wetlands the coast nano. Na enwe sokino absorb e could do pempe so amutimi gibi wona mudi ma epono kakra epono so yama satana we so ahome enti no so epo. That is nature and you are cheating that nature. You are sitting here, you are calling government is irresponsible. No amount of garage reconstruction will solve the problem. And no mitigation factor. In say G2 say we are living on water when it comes to the craplings.
Yes.
Because isunu nina streams and rivers. Nina ni end point the sea. Every river you see. River water ni end point doing that. Ni end point the sea. And to na gini ho na no so mo bie we know keji because omuhwe ya enti from that down through the estuary ne remu anyanwi akwa fa anloga nyamanumwa no mo create sa work enti ni nyina sa wetlands ni yama too much na affect insassin kakra na say bie na den ekoeponum.
Okay,
I get him. Okay, River Cobra and do whatever.
See no.
Pra,
see,
Densu,
see.
Every river has its point. Enti Ushesa rivers na they have the wetlands.
Okay.
Densu die na ehunu. Uko ofin omu die ni na ewo honum along the coast. Nipa afa pesemi nkuminya.
Esino.
Yenje. Because yen na ya agima na onyansa si nyame. And they said the
last time now, the member of parliament, the man Memphis West, Honorable Erica Fo, Eddie come out because in Sune toy, you know, so could PM Samraboy. Almost 20 to 30% of the whole town got flooded.
Yeah.
And now our tributary and no specifically to River Tano and Samaria or Brana, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP. Bernard and Chibo is a friend chairman to me. Equaye. Illegal mining and anase galam say wo podum or diverting nsuo ni bia hodo nti afa nsuo no etwa na yiri na kwan na obefem no ya divert no.
Of course.
Na wo so bufa ko.
You can't divert a course of a water. Nyame na create sa course no. Every mining company that is being given licenses to divert water course is creating problem. But people sit at Lands Commission with the regulatory authority who say, oh, you can redivert the course of the water into those days, Brim area,
yes.
Newmont divert all manner of water courses just because the food gold were. The lack of respect for God's creation is a problem. And you bet me all the engineering, you bet me all the nice things from the governmental point. But there's a root. Respecting Yami. We don't respect God in this country. You respect of God. You shenta different. Or something like that. Wait here no tiabonsa. Jesus Christ no buy and point tiabonsa. Who akora we a wife any intro we no God na say tiabonsa. So abonsa yes ya wait me gina.
But you still believe, say, the measures are His Excellency the President. It will mitigate.
That is why I call mitigating.
Okay.
It's mitigating.
Very well.
But it will revisit us in another form. So as we are putting the governmental mitigation, yes. I'll continue to call on the traditional authorities.
Okay.
Let's restore that dignity back to our nyame na body our yeno. We can redo it, revisit it, and make sure say people respect. As of funum, munjai say busum sum, ye ni dia di ma nyame.
Nyame abode.
Nyame na ye sum no. Ye ni ye fa ye ni huma nyama wa ye no. Enu ni nyame na ye di ebuoma no.
Okay, I say nyame wo so ana we no mo ha. I say president mama on one appointing ministers.
Nyame was the universe is a creation. The earth is a creation. All are the hand of God. Yes. So you must respect all at a go.
Yes.
So if the written of wisdom by men of wisdom in a book, quoted black and brown, yes. King James, New International Version, whatever, just to guide you as a man, you are respecting it.
Yes.
But in Nyame about to people. We see what there. You don't see it as Nyame de. In Sio, in Nia, we see me dri because a bosom. Busum no pizza. Where is your God?
Mirase, Commander. Yeah, the idea sorry so NDC. March internal elections I say. Nancy branch no ekoko so akama me say mo hwe nim say constituency beba regional bidi so ansana mato national elections. So far preparations no say na eko.
So far Greater Accra had we are around 70% in success.
Okay.
One or two issues because you need me over 7,000 branches are issues. But new petitions. Me by your original meeting I share petitions me about we are weighing ebimu insio ebimu in some so we are working and by Saturday is the official close of branch elections.
Okay.
But reporter NHS said we may need 1 or 2 days extra to be able to complete all. Until we are highly successful. To trust them in but we are able to contain everybody and advise look, we are branch election. We go awesome. And then yes, yebel, ochina yempel, and then yempel, ochina yebel. So as leaders, we are also playing the leadership role to make sure say ni party no wansi. Say so yempel there and just say you do one.
Okay.
You have your life,
yes.
You have tomorrow.
Very well.
So may we share my election in successfully.
Okay.
Well, omo score on the post well. Omo so afina as we speak, teams are all over conducting some within this evening. So because obian enfa ne ho shame party ne here, party ne kabom, party ne kanko. Party ni yeyo ene here and yes so babaji to me no I can change ene here. We need to protect the sanctity of the NDC to consolidate power because we are doing the best for this country. For that best to materialize, to become fruitful, we need to consolidate power for another term.
Commander,
then we can get it. Thank you very much.
Out of your busy schedule, say you're told in Africa now. What's me about service or mining? I say, yeah, that's about. Very well, nice one. Mr. Anthony Nukpenu, the Greater Accra Regional Organizer, Edema NDC Amanyoko, Pennicasi no Bekai, when a day, inside politics, Jimmy Diaz and I think, come away holding and the Timmy, and the Smaha, Nebrema Quine. Na yɛde ɛnɛ dɛn nso inside politics dwumadie no asi sɛ bɛyɛ na news team no nso bɛtumi aba bɛtoa so wokɔ Mr. of Jampo ɛwɔ hɔ director afei ɛyɛ Mr. Emmanuel Neti ana Abbas ano ɔmo ana hyehyɛ TV no so de ma Lizzie ana yɛyɛ ni makeup kama Francis ɛne Kofi Asante ana afei William Sefa na gyina cameras n'akyi ɛtwa dwumadie wei ɛde so yɛ Mr. Kelvin Asante ɛne me producer hyehyɛ dwumadie nyina de ma me sɛ mmedi ho chiamen na ntia kɛseɛ pa fɛn kɔma Mr. Kwaku Sinti Misa dodo na friend KSM is my godfather daddy nyankopɔn enhyirawa mempene da abusua midi di NK Obrempong the grassroots president to kwapemai kane atutu akapem de hye nyankopɔn enhyira mempene da